as his Gaza ceasefire deal begins to bear fruit. The remaining living hostages held by Hamas have been released, and the bodies of deceased captives are to be returned to Israel. Mr. Trump addressing Israeli lawmakers.
20 courageous hostages are returning to the glorious embrace of their families, and it is glorious. 28 more precious loved ones are coming home at last to rest in this sacred soil for all of time.
The president paid tribute to Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, and the Prime Minister returned the favor, holding a list of Mr. Israel-friendly action.
My friends, this is only a partial list, but it's enough to affirm what I've said time and again. Donald Trump is the greatest friend that the state of Israel has ever had in the White House.
And now the president plans to attend a summit in Egypt with more than 24 nations. A nor'easter is bringing gusty winds and coastal flooding to parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. To the south, in Buxton, North Carolina, and the Outer Banks, residents like Danny Couch lament the loss of their oceanfront houses claimed by the sea.
This house will not survive this, unfortunately. It's emotionally draining for me or anybody. These houses... people buy for quality of life.
A flood emergency declared for parts of coastal New York and New Jersey. There's no resolution of the government shutdown in its 13th day as of today. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, stock futures sharply higher. The Dow futures up 415 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 411. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Is war in the Middle East the revival of an ancient conflict recorded in the Bible?
The nation of Israel is a resurrected nation. So what if there was going to be a resurrection of another people, an enemy people of Israel?
Dinesh D'Souza's new film, The Dragon's Prophecy, offers new understanding of October 7th, Israel, and radical Islam.
We came back to a land that was largely barren and empty, and we brought it back to life, and we're going to keep it.
Watch it now or buy the DVD at salemnow.com.
Researchers in England have sniffed out a new way to gauge just how stressed we are.
Starting from 2023.
That's me in a scientific stress test. I could feel my heart rate increasing, palms sweating, but a thermal camera also revealed that the temperature of my nose dropped by about 2 degrees. That test was carried out by a research team who found that thermal cameras can be used to measure stress levels, picking up this nasal temperature dip. It's caused by our nervous systems pushing blood flow to our eyes and ears so we can look and listen out for danger. It's a new non-invasive way to measure stress and monitor our response to it. So the researchers hope it will lead to new ways to help people recover and regain their calm.
The BBC's Victoria Gill. France's newly reappointed Prime Minister Le Cornu has named a new government. He's facing pressure to urgently produce a budget and quell political turmoil that's scarring businesses and staining the country's image. Townhall.com. Police are investigating yesterday's deadly shooting at a South Carolina nightclub. Apparently no arrests yet.
A mass shooting at a crowded bar on an idyllic South Carolina island leaves at least 4 people dead and more than a dozen injured. Beaufort police say 4 of the injured were taken to the hospital in critical condition. The shooting took place around 1 a.m. Sunday at Willie's Bar and Grill on St. Helena Island. Police say multiple victims and witnesses ran to the nearby businesses and properties trying to get away from the gunfire. They're calling it a tragic and difficult incident for everyone and asking for patience as they investigate. I'm Julie Walker.
Churches located near the site of a devastating explosion at a rural Tennessee plant devoted their Sunday services to the 16 victims and their families as nearby communities mourn the loss of life. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What? the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
Your SRN program begins in 10 seconds.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday, Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Happy day.
Happy day. That's the best way to say it. Just happy day.
Yeah.
Oh, happy day.
Day off for some. Federal
Postal
government
workers,
closed.
bankers.
Yeah. Some schools, none of ours.
I made that realization today. I was like, oh, man, I have a big bill I had to pay, and I need to get to the bank. And, well, that's not going to happen today, I guess.
Yeah. No, not the bank. No, they should do that electronic stuff.
Yeah.
But so some things will be. So good news if you're ducking bills and they won't show up.
Yeah.
Today, so.
You got 1 day reprieve.
Right.
It's like a head start. Flee to Mexico if you're ducking.
Yes, but
this was despite not having football this last Friday, this was a very full weekend.
Yeah.
There was a lot happening.
I missed breakfast because I was not feeling good.
I understand.
But I was good by the end of the day. Matter of fact, I spent a bunch of money this week.
You go into breakfast at the Salvation Army with such aspirations and hopes and goals. Then you're one plate deep and you're just like, I'm in pain. Yeah. I told one of the cooks, I'm like, you guys do a really good job of just hurting everybody that comes in here. Because like by the end of it, we're just like, oh.
My recommendation, wear elastic pants.
Yes. The stretchy pants.
Stretchy pants.
It's good for the weekend.
Stretchy pants. But yeah, I was me and my stomach were in two different directions Saturday morning.
I have one, and maybe this is more just a me thing than anybody else, but caldo de res, while a delicious soup, is it possible to chop our ingredients a little bit smaller? Like, that's the one thing that's always bothered me about, like, that kind of soup.
It's a bigger hunk.
Is you're just, like, sitting there trying to enjoy some soup, and there's... next thing I know, I'm literally using a slice of onion like a chip to get stuff out of the... I mean, the chunks were so big. I know I'm complaining about a chunky soup, but chop it up a little bit. Make it a little easier for people like me. Like, when I can make a whole orange smile in my mouth with a slice of onion, you know?
I'm not gonna lie, that did come off as like, the food is too big.
First world problems. Chop it up a bit. I feel like it was just like one angry guy just like, onion? Fine. Puts the onion down. Chop! Throws it in. Just one chop.
I get what you're saying, though, because I know... Like, to be honest, like, when they chop salad, that's too much chop.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't want lettuce the size of like a lettuce wrap in my salad.
I don't need shredded lettuce.
But I don't want everything to be pre-chewed for me either. And, like, I know, like, I get some of them chopped salads and I'm like, what's left for me to do, man? Just open my mouth and slide it in, you know?
Just move it around a bit and swallow. Yeah, I know it's a real first world problem, like complaint that, you know, there's a happy medium, but when you're, you know, enjoying a spoon worthy food,
Yeah.
you want it to be spoonable.
Yes.
And it's very hard to spoon an entire half of an onion into one's mouth
Right.
in one bite.
Although I could easily see it as like good for like, you know, you're out in the field or whatever, and utensils or something that's not necessarily luxury. So you got a bowl with this stuff, and
So you're just walking around reaching your hand into a bowl of very hot liquid to pull out chunks of soup.
well, you blow on it. I mean, come on. You know, it might be a handy way to.
I'm just
eat
imagining somebody working the fields who has like one dirty hand from picking and then one very red hand from reaching into scalding hot soup all day.
I mean,
He's
you're
just got
hungry,
his tongs.
You're hungry and you ain't got a spoon. What are you gonna do? Make the bigger chunks.
Now I understand. It's soup for the fields.
It's like a sandwich soup.
Really
soup
just
on the go.
You're really just supposed to just take a tortilla and just reach in and see what you get.
Not all winners are winners. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. But yeah, no, it was a very busy weekend. Had my son's very much delayed birthday party over the weekend.
So what'd you do for the boy?
We were kind of all over the place for theme. We ended up going with a volcano themed party. Now I gotta say
Sounds
something
hot.
real quick. It sounds super hot. The reason we did this, when I was a kid, when I was 8 years old for my 8th birthday, my mom made me a volcano cake. It was shaped like a volcano, and it steamed, and it had the whole thing. And I'm like, that was a core memory for me growing up. So I'm like, I want to recreate this for my son.
Right.
I did not realize what an undertaking this would be. Not only did we have to get an entirely new set of pans that nobody in town sold, but did you know you have to show ID to buy dry ice?
I didn't, but I guess it doesn't surprise me.
It makes sense when you think about it, but yeah, you have to show your ID if you want to purchase any kind of dry ice. So just for the future.
I take it you didn't have yours at the time.
I did. No, it wasn't a problem. I was like, really? It just caught me off guard. But yeah, it was definitely an undertaking. I'll have to show you and post up the pictures later. But it turned out absolutely phenomenal.
Cool.
The cake was the perfect volcano. We even did like the red melting chocolate for like the lava that was coming out of it, and the steam rose up out of it. It was.
You had help.
Oh, I didn't do any of this. This is all thanks to my friend, my best friend Misty.
I was like, I know who did this.
Yeah, Misty. Misty's a dynamo when it comes to
and I know
cake
it's not
design. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, you think on the fly. It's like, well, we want to put like dirt and gravel at the base of the cake, and we're like, we have these honey bunches of oats. If we break this up,
nice.
A little bit, make it look like a dirt or gravel situation. So yeah,
nice.
It was, but it turned out really well.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Chocolate Cheerios crunched up would be good dirt too.
Chocolate. I like how you skipped over Cocoa Puffs and Krispies and Cocoa Pebbles. Chocolate Cheerios. That is maybe the whitest cereal choice. Multigrain total.
Hey,
chocolate Cheerios. Wow.
That's devil may care for old people.
Right. That's like
chocolate Cheerios.
That's like if you're like looking for a fruit alternative, fruit cereal. You're like skipping over Fruit Loops and all that. Fruity Cheerios. It's the ones. Them's the ones.
Special K with strawberries.
They got the real freeze-dried strawberries in there. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Very true.
But yeah, no, it was so it turned out really well, and
good.
It was funny. So one of his presents was like we were looking around, and Misty was like, "What do I get him?" And I'm like, I was kind of looking around. They had this set of hands. They were stretchy hands, and there was a peace sign and just a regular hand. I walked to Misty and said, "Trust me, get this for him." And sure enough, they were. Because one was this and one was this, they were playing rock, paper, scissors, but it always went the same way. It was a big hit at the party.
Nice.
The stretchy hands were.
Well, good deal.
Yeah, so it was a good Sunday overall.
All right. Well, maybe as a granddad, you can watch the boy recreate a volcano cake for his kid, your grandchild.
But I do like I was sitting at the party last night after everything was like done and decorated and everything. I'm like, I got to call my mom I gotta thank her. I gotta let her know that I appreciate now more than ever before the undertaking that she took on as a kid.
Right.
When I was a kid, because not only all of this, but also there was no internet.
True
so
that.
like, how did she come up with with this? Was it? I'm not sure if it was like an idea that I saw on like a Nickelodeon magazine or something and took to her, or just said, I'd like to have a volcano. And then she figured it out. I'm not sure. Like, I need to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a kid when I was real young. My grandmother made me a panda cake.
Okay.
And it was a cake that, in my head, it seemed like this big. It's probably about a foot tall.
Right. But it was 3D.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a
Yeah, it looked like a figurine of a
Okay.
panda, but it was cake.
Wow.
and I vaguely remember the actual cake. But pretty much my entire grandmother's life that I was alive,
Yeah.
she had the cake pan from that panda cake up in the corner of the kitchen. Like, you know how, your shelves have that little space above the cabinet? Well, up in the very corner was the cake pan for that. And every year I'm like, can you make another one of those? And no. She died, and I don't even know. I think it got thrown away. I kind of wanted it.
Yeah.
But my mom said, no, why do you want that 14-year-old boy, and then throw it away?
Right.
I did get the Coke, but I didn't. The Coke, because
Yeah.
also up in that where that panda
That's
was,
where the Coke bottles were?
bottle was also up.
Nice.
And so, so my volcano cake is that panda cake.
That's awesome too that she kept the pan, because I know I'm picturing exactly the kitchen setup, like with the pan and the sodas up there, like glass doors on the cabinets for some reason, and what I'm picturing.
Well, I think one did.
Okay,
but they were this white 60s looking.
Gotcha.
I don't know what you call it, vinyl hot garbage. Yeah, it was.
But yeah, the panda, any kind of cake pan like that, I can absolutely understand. The sentimental value of it.
Yeah,
that's really cool. But
yeah, but
it was a success, and everybody was happy.
Yeah, but on that weekend, we spent money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, my wife bought a car. So
what?
Yeah. So my wife. So my niece is graduating from high school,
right?
And we'll be going to college here in the summer, and then going, and so we are selling my sister-in-law / my niece, really my niece, really my sister. You know what I mean? Like those kids.
I got you.
Kim's Hyundai. They're gonna, because
it's a Santa Fe, right?
It's a 2020 Santa Fe, but it's only got like 18,000 miles. My wife hardly drives miles, so it's like this low mileage. So she's gonna get that car because it'll be perfect for her. It's safe. It's got a bunch of bells and whistles.
Sure.
It's got the low jack thing, so when they steal your car in Albuquerque, it'll be fine, and and all that stuff. And so my wife got a new car to replace said car.
And without a trade, I'd imagine that was a bit of
Well, I mean, we put some money down, but we're going to pay, because when we get our money from the car, that goes back to this car.
Right.
But anyway, so my wife got a new, actually it's almost similar to what she has now. It's a different model. It's a Hyundai Tucson.
All right.
It's a 25 Tucson.
Ooh,
but
brand new.
Yes, technically, it's not a 26.
One model year older, but still, what I mean when I say brand new, I mean like she had bells and whistles on that bad boy before.
Yeah, this one's got all those bells and whistles and one or two more,
and a few more, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it had I think 36 miles on it when she bought it. And no, the one thing this has that I don't think is going to be useful whatsoever, but it's neat to brag about,
right?
Is it's got the exit the vehicle park assist. So the only one time I could ever see this possibly being useful is like you're in a parking lot that you got to park your car in a spot that once you're in the spot, the doors you can't get out.
Right.
So you can, in theory, let everybody out, including yourself, close the doors and use your remote to drive your car into the parking space. Or back it out of the parking space.
See, that you say that it wouldn't have that much use, but I've parked in Roswell.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me present, and I know we got to wrap it up soon, but let me present a situation that happened to our lovely video producer Jocelyn on Friday.
Right.
I was moving my car from street side parking over to the bank parking lot, which is what I usually do in the 9 o'clock hour. When I did that, I pulled into my space, and here's the thing: people in Roswell, I don't know how most of them got out of elementary school because none of them know how to stay inside the lines. When you park, people are like, "I'm gonna park on the line." That's fine for you, but you've just ruined 3 spaces, like one over here, and this one right here for your selfishness. It's like if you'll park, I know that there's the parking space is this wide, but if your vehicle's this wide, try to center it up. Give yourself door room. Otherwise, I'm going to trade paint. If you park too close to me, I'm going to open my door. I'm going to trade paint.
Yeah.
But I pulled in on one side of her truck. On the other side of her truck was this like RV camper van that had no business parking in a space like this. Pulled in, and I watched this happen. Pulled in, and there was like my phone's width of space between this van and her truck door. I'm like, I even backed my car up and gave more space on the other side, knowing she'd have to climb through the passenger side just to get in.
Well,
that's situation scenario.
And here's the part that is, it's handy to get your car in there, but to me, I'm never willing to put my car in a parking space when I know, well, guess what? They're just going to beat the snot out of my car when they try to get into theirs.
There's going to be some trading of paint, exactly.
So I'm like, I guess if you're in a hurry, that's great. But you're like, your car is going to look like it was a pinata.
Yeah, you're done. You're going to get some dents, in theory. But yeah, I can see where that could definitely be an advantage.
Yeah.
I know you got to start the hour, but I have an announcement that I'll make next hour.
All right.
On the other side of that spectrum of vehicles.
A tease, if you will.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to replay our interview we had with Diana Bernal from the Roswell Public Library on Friday, talking about Dia de los Muertos and many, many other events happening at the Roswell Public Library. Folks from Richland will join us in the 8 o'clock hour, give us an update on what they've got going on. And folks from the Chaves County Health Council will join us in the 9 o'clock hour and give us an update of what they've got going on as well, too. I believe they have a guest with us, too. So we'll do that, plus all of your features, including the newses of the local, national variety, weather, and whatever else we can come up with for today's show. But first, let us take a look at that weather. Got some more chances at rain today and tonight.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping in today, and that may bring us a few showers. Mix of sun and clouds and fairly cool, 75 to 80 for the afternoon high. Still a chance of some showers overnight, cloudy and about 60, and then we're back to sunshine on Tuesday. Afternoon high will be in the upper 70s around Roswell, but 80s for the rest of our area. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 58 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 93%. Winds are out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Yeah, 40% chance at some showers and thunderstorms for the afternoons, what they're saying. Mostly cloudy, 75 for a high today. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight we're looking at a 70% chance of rain. Pretty much early evening and into the overnight. Cloudy with an overnight low of 61 degrees. East winds 5 to 10. We are looking at potential, expecting between a quarter and a half an inch of rain possible tonight. So could get heavy at times. 30% chance of rain for your Tuesday, mainly before noon. Partly cloudy, 78 for a high tomorrow with east winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday night, we are looking at a 20% chance at showers, mainly before midnight, mostly cloudy. Looks like an overnight low of 60, southeast winds 5 to 10. Wednesday, cloudy, 79 for a high. No really talk of rain, though. But Wednesday night, a 20% chance of showers, partly cloudy, 57. Thursday, mostly sunny, back into the low 80s, 82 for a high there. Friday, sunny and 78. And then could be chilly Friday night. Overnight low 48. Yeah, 40. So you might want to bring a a jacket when you're out watching football Friday. And then just looking at the weekend, sunny and 79 for Saturday, sunny and 76 on Sunday. So a little cooler for the weekend, too. All right. It is starting to feel full-on fall. All right, 7:25, we're going to take a quick break, get you into your Roswell Livestock Report with Smiley Wooten. Then we're going to play our interview with Diana from the Roswell Public Library on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good October run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves, light yearlings, bred cows. We expect to sell 1,450 head. Breaking down like this: 200, 225 weigh cows and bulls, 125, 150 pairs of bred cows, 1,100, 1,150 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 15 to 20 cow-calf pairs, mostly black white face, red white face English crossbred cows with black calves at their side, 2 to 10 years old. 21 bred cows, Mr. Joe Jackson here north of Roswell. Ex-quality black and black white face Angus crossbred cows, bred to Angus and Charolais bulls. 8 to 10 years old, several smaller sets of young, middle-aged, and older bred cows for this morning. 97 calves of Westall Ranch, Arabella, New Mexico. Ex-quality black white face and red white face Angus and Brangus cross calves. 2 rounds, Bovishield Gold, 1 shot, 7-way. Wormed, weaned 45 days, medium condition, right off hay and grass. 450, 600 pounds, 87 calves, Lucero and Lucero, Bosque Farms, New Mexico. Ex-quality black Angus calves, shots at Brandon, 450, 575 pounds, 76 calves, Mr. Joe Jackson here north of Roswell. Ex-quality black white face and Charolais crossbred calves, Bovishield Gold, 7-way at Brandon. 500, 650 pounds, 78 calves and light yearlings, Miss Joyce Halderman, Encino, New Mexico. Ex-quality mostly yellow Charolais crossbreds, shots at Brandon, 400, 700 pounds. 37 calves, Mr. Bryce Duggar down at Dale City, Texas. Ex-quality black and red Brangus crossbred calves, shots at Brandon, 375, 575 pounds. 95 calves and light yearlings, the Sharp Ranch Incorporated, north of Corona, New Mexico. Ex-quality black white face, red white face Angus and exotic crossbreds, 1 round of shots, 500, 750 pounds. 43 calves, Bruton Cattle Company, Hobbs, New Mexico. Ex-quality black and red Angus and Brangus crossbred calves, 1 round of shots, 450, 550 pounds. 43 calves, Mesa Segura Ranch, Villanueva, New Mexico. Ex-quality red and red white face Angus and Brangus crosses, cattle weaned 35 days, 2 rounds of shots, thin to medium condition, 375, 500 pounds. And 38 calves, the Bear Creek Ranch up at Silver City. Excellent quality, mostly Charolais crossbred, shots at Brandon, 350, 550 pounds. Sale time this morning will be at 9 o'clock. Sell pairs bred cows 10. Be selling calves and yearlings around 11. We expect to sell 1,450 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten.
Fall means Graves Farm and Garden is open and ready to help you stock up on fresh, locally grown produce, including squash, zucchini, watermelons, and of course, fresh roasted green chili, from mild to extra hot. The pumpkin patch is open and ready for you to pick your own pumpkins, and there's pumpkin rides each weekend in October. Plus, Graves has a variety of hay as well as oak firewood with delivery available. Open 8:30 to 5 Monday through Saturday, 1 to 5 on Sunday, just 6 miles south of Roswell on the Old Dexter Highway. Follow the signs to Graves Farm and Garden, where fall time gets its flavor. When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
Studios this morning. Diana Bernal back with us from the Roswell Public Library. Good morning, Diana.
Hi, good morning, Mike. How are you today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, doing amazing and wonderful.
Been a couple months I've got to talk to you. So how's life in your world? Busy, it sounds like.
Well, what can I say? Okay, in children area, it is always busy, but I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
And it really is a kind of a busy time of year, especially for the children's side with the holidays coming up. And, of course, Halloween, Dia de los Muertos, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays right behind that. It's a busy time of the year, especially in the children's side of the library.
Yes, especially in children area, the time goes, it flies.
It does.
It flies as the water in our hands, as I said before.
But I got to imagine it's kind of fun for you because you get to be like in a kid brain for half the day, right? Like, because you got to, like, when you're working with the kids and doing it, you got to kind of be a kid yourself a little bit, don't you, when you're doing that?
I always tell the parents, you have to be, in order to remember everything that we want them to learn, you have to be like a little silly, little clown, and they just remember, they enjoy, they learn by playing.
Sure.
As well.
Yeah, so probably good for you, too, because you don't have to play adult all day. You get to go be a kid for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes coworkers, they always telling me, you're spending so much time with children. But I'm glad I'm doing that. I honestly think we're becoming like a family.
Yeah.
You see children passing by, going already to pre-K.
Sure.
Doing well. And the siblings coming after that.
Yeah.
So it's getting...
And then who knows, 20 years from now, you'll see one of these kids coming, they're adults and doing well, and they're going... and something that they're doing is going to be dedicated to something they did with you in the library, whether it's one of these activities or just reading books and stuff, yeah.
Yes, that will be the fruit of what we're trying to plant on those seeds.
Yeah.
And actually, I took it serious, because we're the role models.
Absolutely.
We're the role models, and we want them to get the best of this world.
Yeah.
And the opportunity that we have at the library by guiding, by suggesting what we can do at the library, what they learn, what they can go and interact.
And you can do it in a fun way that sometimes will resonate different than if they learn some of the stuff in school, if that you know what I mean? Like the way you guys present it and do it, the information absorbs sometimes a little bit easier than sitting in a classroom and doing it that way sometimes.
Indeed. And actually, teachers do amazing work. They're always busy, and I understand. I was a teacher before, and I understand that.
Sure.
Well,
you've sat in those chairs.
Yes, but but if we can, provide additional help,
sure,
like working on the
work in partnership with them. Yeah.
As well. Building that, learning the habits.
Absolutely.
Like we're going over this month on healthy habits, and they're working over there, find more skills, grows more skills. Something that make it a little bit easier, the transition to kindergarten.
Absolutely.
School as well.
Not to mention the social side of it too. But every time they come to the library and participate in these events, they get to make friends and meet new people, and that always is great when building and raising these children, to have them exposed to different people and different backgrounds and different people that may have not met, in other circles or other opportunities. So.
Yes, the good thing about the library is that it's an opportunity for everyone. We also have a group of children that comes and visit frequently from Hope School, and they take the opportunity to learn from those programs, programs that I told you before on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday. Mother Goose and the Loose for the little ones, preschool story time on Wednesdays, and now we have a new one that it's the bilingual story time, which is turning good. And the purpose is to learn Spanish, the basic. I always translating, but also providing the enough material to understand the difference between thinking in English or thinking in Spanish.
Sure.
And mixing both at the same time. And they're having pretty good, a fun moment. Because they learn, as I said, by playing. So we use different
and they're
games.
So much more likely to retain it at that level, at that age, I think we always make a mistake at trying to teach kids foreign languages in their high school. It's like you should have started teaching them back when you're teaching them English, or teaching their native tongue. That's what I think. That's because they absorb it much better and more likely to retain it. And I'm going to take a stab. If they're learning Spanish at 4 or 5 years old, they're going to be able to speak it at 45, 50 years old. You know what I mean? That's what.
Sure, they're well, and if you provide skills, they're they have more opportunities in life.
Absolutely.
Well.
So I utilize these resources. Go to like Mother Goose on the Loose. Get the 10:30 English version and the 5 p.m. Spanish version. It's go them to both. Send to both. Yes.
Actually, and I do not limit it just to Spanish.
Okay.
I was translating.
Okay.
So there is opportunity for everyone.
So you can catch
understand
either
for-
language at either time, basically. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, 'cause I understand sometimes they have a busy schedule.
Sure.
And I understand that's
Well,
the only time.
And
they
to be
can
honest,
there.
that probably translates better for them if they're getting it both. So they're saying, okay, that means this in Spanish, and because I understand in English, but now that's what that means. So they have something to connect, if that makes sense. So
It is. Actually, I have a couple parents that are already talking some words in Spanish. They're already talking.
I bet you there's a few parents get rubbing off on them and picking up a phrase or two too.
They're doing pretty good.
That's a great way to learn Spanish is make sure your kids know it, and then they're going to force you to learn. That's not a bad way to go. If you're like, I need to learn Spanish, great. Send your child, make them immerse you in it, and next thing you know, both of you are getting better or more fluent in it.
And it's the best opportunity for the parents to be the role model as well, because they're in the class, they're in the program, inside there, they're interacting with them, and they're sharing the same information. So once they go to home, they can reinforce that.
Sure,
as well.
you put it into practice, kind of thing. So absolutely,
but it's not. We're not going to limit just to those programs for children. We also have programs for all ages, as you see. We have a very busy schedule at the library for all ages. We still have Zoe.
Yeah,
reading to Zoe is amazing. It helps so much to children, especially if they struggle with the reading.
Sure.
So they can just.
And that's kind of a universal age child. Because if a child's struggling at reading as a teenager or as a 7-year-old, it doesn't really. The dog doesn't care. So the dog, they just get to talk with the dog and practice reading in a what would be a pressure-free environment.
It is. Research says. Scientists say that having a pet on the side, it stimulates the brain. It helps, and you see the progress. Some children once they start doing the habit to read to Zoe. Besides that, we have a new thing going on at the library that is called Pumpkin Density Lab.
Okay.
And this time, whoever stops by the library and asks for a little one of the spices that we're going to be giving away the first week of the month.
Okay.
But we still have it right now, so don't hesitate to stop, and they can give you information about that spice, and they're going to give you an additional recipe.
Oh, great.
So it seems like something good.
Absolutely.
Have it for that.
Who knows? And then next thing you know, you're starting to say, "Hey, I like cooking and baking," and then, I found that niche there. But
and well, as you see our calendar, it's pretty busy. But also, we're adding the following months. We have November. We even have a little bit about January.
Yeah. Well, it's a busy time not only with activities, but they're going to be doing a lot of work on the facility here. So there's going to be we'll talk a little bit more about that here. But so it's it's just an action-packed 2 months here in the library calendar. So
it is. We just finished one thing, and we start with something right away. Like for instance, on this occasion, let me take the opportunity to talk about Dia de los Muertos.
It is that time of year
because it's going to be right away the first Saturday of November, November 1st.
Yep.
And it's going to be from 10 to 12:30. We're going to have amazing workshops to do. We're going to be making, painting ceramic. The ceramics, they're going to take it home.
Good deal. Those will be something they can bring home and keep as a keepsake.
I think it's something the teens will love it too.
Absolutely.
Also, at the same spot, they're going to have bracelets that they can make. We have limited quantity of the bracelets.
Okay.
However, if they stop by, feel
first come,
free.
first create kind of thing. Yeah.
And as always, we have the beautiful headbands, the flowers, the paper flowers, the papel picado. We also have the sugar skulls.
The tradition of the sugar skulls. You can't forget the sweets.
Yes, they love it. And this time they can take it in a little bit container in case they wanted to build their own ofrenda after they doing all these workshops as well. And the cookie, don't forget the cookie.
Can't forget the
Pan de
cookies.
Muertos, so delicious from the Toro Bravo. And this is a delicious bread that they can enjoy, especially with this kind of weather, unpredictable.
Fall,
cloudy.
yes. Good fall weather.
It is. And then we are a friend that will be this time to learn more about Frida Kahlo.
Great deal.
Frida Kahlo.
And you hear the story and the whole purpose and point and reason. And it's very beautiful behind Dia de los Muertos and what what we're celebrating, what we're honoring, and who we're remembering. That's what it's about.
It is. Some of the pictures will be on display. Some of the part items that not the original ones, but you might take a look a little bit deeper into her life as well. And it's going to be as always.
Is she kind of because I know like each year, don't you guys pick a honoree for Dia de los Muertos, like the state does? Like they have a different person that they kind of
every year we choose someone to honor.
Yes, exactly. Yes, as
we
a state,
honor
that's
someone, and this time due to we just passed the Hispanic Heritage Month, and going a little bit under culture.
Gotcha.
We're gonna talk about someone that I might say is well known in the world. She was been not just in Mexico. She used to live in the United States.
Gotcha.
She even lived in Europe. She was very social with other.
And so we use this
people.
Dia de los Muertos as a platform to also honor these great people, but also put them on people's radar for me. Did you know what this woman did? And so I love that's what I was trying to go with is like each year you guys pick a different person as part of to make the kind of the statewide honoree each year kind of
exactly.
deal. So, yeah.
They might learn something new they didn't know about her.
Yeah.
And I would suggest that take an opportunity to take a pictures. You never know if your kiddos, they need that kind of information for research.
Absolutely. And plus, if you don't know La Llorona, the whole why Dia de los Muertos is Dia de los Muertos. It's more than just skulls and all that stuff. There, we're honoring, it's Day of the Dead. We're honoring, it's basically a time to honor lost loved ones. That's what really Dia de los Muertos is about.
And actually, we have as a traditional, they have right at the beginning when they open the library at the bonding room, we have what we call the ritual blessing, the picture of those ones who pass away. So anyone is welcome to bring that day their picture of their loved ones, and they get the blessing, and they're gonna receive a courtesy, a beautiful butterfly. For those ones that every spot they stop, they're going to receive something. Yes, they're going to receive that. And don't forget to also to fill out a ticket.
Yes.
You get it to the library. Why? Because we have a beautiful little doll, Katrinita Frida Kahlo.
So someone's going to get to take that
in a basket,
home.
yes, with other stuff around.
So get a
there.
free ticket to get your chance to take that home.
So. It is. And most of the things are made by Hispanic artists.
So this is kind of like art. What's the word? Artisan quality stuff. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah.
So we're gonna have that basket on display maybe the last week of October, so they can stop and take a look. And we're gonna have a music performance. We're gonna have the folklorical.
The beautiful folklorical dancing. And
we also have face painting, and we might have an intervention after the blessing about a poem.
Oh, great! It's kind of it's all fun, but we also want to take the moment to honor what we're here to do and do that. So, but
we're gonna make sure that people enjoy the time while they're at the library, and they take something that they can talk about.
It is a celebration at the end of the day.
It is. It is a
celebration. And,
it's a celebration.
And again, November 1st, right after the day after Halloween. So you're doing your trick-or-treating Friday. Saturday, come on to the library and celebrate Dia de los Muertos.
And don't worry about if you have some plans that Saturday, that Sunday. This is going to be just from 10 to 12:30.
Yeah, and it's kind of come and go. Now, if you want to experience everything, you kind of want to be there for most of the 2 hours. But if you can't make it till 11, no worries. Come on down. We'll still have plenty to do for you here.
Yes,
so.
we're going to try to have for everyone as much as possible we can. And just don't forget to fill out your ticket.
Absolutely, because I would hate for you to chance to miss on your chance to win that beautiful doll here and take that home. Or it sounds like it's a keepsake piece where it's almost like something you're going to want to keep and display and not let the kids play with, per se.
Well, you see the little ones, they're trying to make they're like, for, especially, I have a little girl, she say, I want to make an altar to my grandma who passed away, but she make it like in a little shoebox.
Okay.
So it was interesting, and she was asking how to make the flower and so on.
That's so cool. This is a chance to learn either, and whether it's your culture or not your culture, you get to learn about it. And that's the beauty of it.
It embraces everyone.
Absolutely. So again, November 1st at the Roswell Public Library. Mark that. If you get the calendar here, you can keep it on your fridge, or if you go get the digital version at the website. That way you can keep it on your phone, and that way you have it there. But that way you'll know, so you'll get that reminder here on November 1st. Oh, that's Saturday's Dia de los Muertos. So very good. And plus, you'll see all the other stuff like the Mother Goose on the Loose Tuesdays and all the other daily events and weekly events that go on too. You'll have it right there in front of you. So, good deal. So, what's next thing we want to talk about?
Well, actually, it's just that we have the STEM.
Oh, yeah.
Back again. And Megan is instructor, so
Okay.
don't hesitate to ask for the STEM program, ask her about the workshops, and get to know, give her the opportunity
Absolutely.
to know her. She's doing amazing work in there.
And ask about the STEM package you can take home with your kids and all stuff. You can check out the library. They have lots of tools that you can take home with, like especially if you got homeschool students or, they got STEM packs that it's like you check it out like a library card and it's got a little kit. And I think depending on the kit, it's got most of the material and stuff you need to do the project. And if it doesn't, it's stuff you have around the house anyway, like scissors or something.
Usually, I like how many times we hear kiddos saying, I can do it.
Yeah.
Let me do it. Let me handle it. And we're kind of worried about what kind of material we can use. Well, that is the safety material that we put on those packages that you're talking about. And those ones they can check them out for free.
Yeah.
As long as they return it when they're supposed
Absolutely,
to return it back
yeah.
in the package. According to the book they check on children area, that's the package they're going to take.
Excellent. So if you look for more of that, please talk with the STEM, that side and the children's library, because there's lots of educational stuff that you can do with your kids to take home, whether it's a homeschool situation or you're just, hey, I want to work with my kids. It's the library is a valuable resource for that. So, and it's all free.
Everything is free,
Yeah.
and don't forget, they're still asking me what's the charge to get even the movies. Everything is cheap. I mean, everything it's free.
With a
And
library
they can
card in
check
good
with
standing.
Just with the library card, they can take STEM packages. They can take the books for
Absolutely.
STEM. They can take fiction, nonfiction, graphic novels. They can take audiobooks.
An entire universe opens up to you with the library card, and it's free of charge. And that's why I always tell, I always hope and wish that families kind of make like that as like a rite of passage where your child has hit this certain age. Maybe it's that time when they get their first wallet or pocketbook, and you always want to put something important in there for them to use, and the library card's that first thing. It's like, okay, you're an adult enough now to have your own pocketbook or wallet or purse. We need to put something in there. And obviously you don't want to kids aren't having credit cards and things. So you put that library card. It's like, see, now you have a responsibility with this card that you're allowed to have anything in this section of the library as long as you bring it back on time. If you do, and so you use that as that teachable moment of responsibility. So you want to enjoy this privilege, you have to do the things the right way to enjoy that. And so,
and especially to take care of our beautiful books. Sometimes books are no longer editions to recover it, and we have this compromise to encourage our children to take care of
Absolutely.
those books, and as the parents we're responsible
Absolutely.
to encourage them as
Yep.
well. Accident happens, I
Absolutely.
understand, but let's try to
the
tell
dog
them
gets into the
importance
thing
of
or
it.
the drink spills on the thing and all life happens. We get that.
Yes.
But yeah, you use these kids to teach. It's like, look, this isn't property that belongs to you. Someone's nice enough to let you use it. You need to treat it with respect and dignity because it doesn't belong to you. It's theirs. And you would be mad if someone broke something you had. So, that's how you use it at that moment. Sorry, I'm getting all right into the moment, but you know what I mean? This is a perfect tool to teach your children that kind of stuff.
And also, while they're checking the books, they can take the opportunity to be in a program that we call Raise a Super Reader and a Super Reader.
Okay.
And like for raising a super reader, are the parents reading to the little ones, the younger ones, and it counts how many times they read it. Like the first couple times are 50 times.
Okay.
Sometimes they want to repeat the same book maybe twice.
Okay.
Or maybe more than twice, but not more than 5.
Sure.
Know? But once they have the first gold, they get a certificate and a free book.
Oh, nice.
They can choose the free book, and once they reach to the gold, they can earn the cape and the mask of super reader. For the ones they're reading, every 25 books they read, they get also the certificate and a free book.
That's
as well.
great. And so it's kind of like the summer reading program, but kind of keep going on throughout the year.
And they have the opportunity to build their own library.
Absolutely.
Because they start
getting in books and things. And it's always good, especially for youth at that age where they're still developing the reading skills. It's okay to have them read the same, because how many times a little kid, they read the same story over and over again. That repetition creates the patterns, creates the learning tools that allow them to translate this word means this and that kind of. So that's a good thing. And let's face it, how many adults read the same book over and over? Because it's a favorite book of yours or something. There's at least a half dozen books that I probably read 5 or 6 times in the course of my life, just because every once in a while, like, man, you know what I mean? I'm sure you've done the same thing. You just reread
I do that, especially the ones that I bought. I mean, I try like to highlight quotes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good like to stop also to the supporters like the foundation from the library books again.
Yes.
They have a beautiful books. They take care so well, and people sometimes they don't know that they can buy for
and all the money
price.
that they raise from that goes right back to programs at the library.
To support the programs
and
as well.
By the way, with Christmas holidays not too far away, I know one thing that the Books Again organization does is they like if they get new book donations or like coffee table books that are basically still brand new, they kind of hold them aside and then they make them available for sale during the holidays. So you can buy them and give them as gifts or whatever. But if you're looking for like very expensive $100 coffee table books that are, those types of books that, they're very expensive. People don't buy them for themselves, but you can buy them through Books Again, not for $100, for much cheaper. And they're brand new coffee table books. And instead of you paying $100 for them, you pay 2/3 of that price, $20-$30, and you're helping out the library.
Yes, and actually they have they sell special certain days of the month. They let you put as many books you want in a bag for $5.
Oh yeah, the bag sales. Yeah,
for $5 you can get from all the little.
If you have a child, you can literally build their entire library for $5 in one of those sacks. And you could start an entire children's library because they're good thin books. You can get a lot of bad books in those bags for those children's books.
Yes, and they took it serious. Although most of our volunteers, people helping the community, they took it seriously. They cleaned the books and making sure they're in good shape.
And they're a great place if you've got good serviceable books that people are telling you need to. Because I know some people. I still got shelves. People don't like to let go books always, but for some people that are either ordered to or feel a need to have to get rid of books, Books Again would love to take your donations and things like that.
They're more than welcome. And remember, this is supporting at each other. And they help us, like, as you said before, they support programs.
Pro tip, though, if you do donate books, thoroughly go through your books to make sure you didn't leave. Because they tell me all the time they find all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's money. Some, people use $1 bill as a bookmark or something. Sometimes it's letters from an old friend. I mean, they find all. So before you donate, make sure you double check your books and you don't leave any valuables in there because sometimes they find things.
That's true. And talking about books for all ages, we also have a good program that is called, it's twice a month, that is called the Senior Planet.
Okay.
Now technology, it's everywhere. And sometimes we're afraid to use technology, especially if it's developing daily,
Well, seniors and older, we get set in our ways. We find a way that works and we just stick to it. And then sometimes technology happens and there's a better way, but we're not as embracive of the better way sometimes.
I understand. I even took a couple classes with Christopher. Christopher is in charge of doing the Senior Planet. And he's so patient, so easy to understand him. Don't hesitate to stop, especially if you struggle. Most of the senior people, they have a tablet. They like to read books. They like to search.
Sure.
They want to understand how to use
the
website.
There's some really great convenience and tools if you accept a little bit. Yes, you can get in, but that's it. You take a class like this, you get to find the things and not get overwhelmed and intimidated by all the other stuff, and so you can kind of put it in a way that is more simplified and easier to understand.
It is, and believe me, there's something always you didn't know. I mean, I took the class just so I can help someone to translate it, and I was learning so way new things, especially with scammers. There's so many things going on the internet, but instead of to be afraid, just
information is the key on that, and so yes, for technology and use, but it's saying to protect yourself as well. So when those scammers do come through, you've already got the red flags raised, and to ignore that rather than possibly accept whatever they got coming.
And they also have like a website that they can help you to answer questions. Once you go to the class, he's going to provide you some websites, some telephone numbers.
Okay.
And he's willing to help you with additional things on your own computer. So don't be afraid to stop, but take the opportunity now that we have that program for seniors. And it's going to be more that you're going to gain.
Free of charge. Just got to come. Just show up and be a part of it. So get your calendars. That way you get the reminders of all this stuff. So we got a couple more minutes. Is there any other definite events we want to make sure we get to before we get kicked off the radio?
Well, actually, just don't forget the Dia de los Muertos is most of it is make it for the community. To embrace the community,
Bring
to enjoy
everybody.
that time, to learn something, and spread the word. Spread the word that this is going to be something that you're going to remember, that you can have a wonderful time and learn things.
Create
that you
family
can take
memories
at home.
together and have fun and either learn more about your own culture or learn about someone else's. And that's a good thing. Yeah.
And that's a good opportunity to take a look at other areas on the library.
Oh, yeah.
And because we're working in something coming up in the following months, in the following year, at the library.
Yes.
You might have a surprise who never knows.
Yes.
But just stop by, look at the calendar, ask for the fall guide, because also the fall guide has the schedule for the program.
Yes, and that's
also
the
some
city
other
fall
places.
guide. It's got everything, the library stuff, and then everything over at the city. If you want to kind of check out some of the renovation ideas that are coming up from the library, there is a piece in the fall guide that kind of gives you a good description of what's about to come here. Because at the end of November, we are going to have to shut down the library for a couple weeks for renovations here.
For renovation, and it's going to take a while working on that, but we're trying our best. But this is for the best for our children. Also, if they have questions, how they can help with the sponsors for that program. For that project, we have a break that they can ask them about the front desk. And maybe you want to sponsor one part of it.
So if you want to leave your memory lasting as a sponsor, you can purchase a brick to honor yourself or a loved one or a family member or someone that's just important to you, and do it forever here through the library here.
Live a legacy. Like I already bought on my own one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to feel so proud to say, okay, I was part of that with the building outside the library.
Well, and then
future generations are going to see it.
Yeah, down the road, some of your other family be like, oh, look at that. There's my aunt. There's my, whoever. Yeah,
You just have to ask them and ask her for the form.
Yeah.
You come up with maybe with a quote on your own words and your name, and
away we go.
Maybe we can see your name around there.
We'll put him on the brick walkway here. But yes, please note, the last 2 weeks of November, due to the renovations, the library, the facility will be closed. So it is. Very good.
Well, it was a pleasure to be with you, Mike. And thank you for making this opportunity this time.
Anytime. We enjoy doing it. Well, of course, we're going to bring you back. We're going to try to get you back here in a couple weeks as we get a little closer to Dia de los Muertos and all these other events, just as a last minute, hey, don't forget, it's coming up kind of thing. So, but again, get the calendars. Go to the library, pick these up. You can go to the city's website, roswell-nm.gov. There's a library tab right there. Click that. That'll take you to the online side of the library. You can see the calendar there. But also don't forget, there's a lot of things you can check out with that library card in good standing. If you need like magazines, periodicals, audio, video, tutoring help, there's so many resources available free of charge to you through the library website, too.
Yes.
So.
And don't forget, we are in 301 North Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And our telephone, 575-622-7101.
Very good. Well, thank you as always. And Diana, we'll see you here in a couple weeks. And don't work too hard.
I know it.
Thank you.
University. The Roosevelt County Chamber of Commerce and Roosevelt County are proud to present the One Portales Music, Beer, and Wine Festival, brought to you by J.P. Stone Community Bank, Saturday, October 18th from noon to 9 p.m. at the Roosevelt County Fairgrounds, featuring honky-tonk legend Mark Chestnut.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. Said it played a sad song that made him cry. Went to his truck and got a 45. Bubba shot the jukebox last night.
Don't miss out on all the hits from country music superstar Mark Chestnut and enjoy beer, wine, and food from local vendors throughout the day. Tickets are $40 for adults and kids under 18 are only $20. Order your tickets today at enmu.edu/oneportales.
Bubba shot the jukebox last night. Said it played a sad song that made him cry. Went to his truck and got a
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details. 2nd and Sycamore and 1309 Southeast Main.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
20 living hostages captured by Hamas more than 2 years ago. And the bodies of 28 deceased hostages are also to be released. President Trump, who brokered the Gaza ceasefire hostage release deal, visited Israel, where he addressed the Knesset.
Israel, with our help, has won all that they can by force of arms. You've won. I mean, you've won. Now it's time to translate these victories against terrorists on the battlefield into the ultimate prize of peace and prosperity for the entire Middle East. It's about time you were able to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
The former hostages reunited with their loved ones before being hospitalized, and now the president is going to Egypt for a multi-nation peace summit.
President Trump described the gathering in Sharm el-Sheikh, particularly referring to the Arab Gulf leaders with which he has such strong relations, as being the wealthiest, most powerful group of individuals, saying that not only did they come together to make this New Deal possible, that they would also help to rebuild Gaza and beyond.
The BBC's Lise Doucette. As Russia steps up its missile and drone attacks on Ukraine, President Trump is considering supplying Ukraine with U.S. long-range Tomahawk missiles. In the president's words, I might say, look, if this war is not going to get settled, I'm going to send them Tomahawks. The president spoke by phone yesterday with his Ukrainian counterpart, President Volodymyr Zelensky. On Wall Street this morning, a rally is underway. The Dow is up 454 points, a gain of 1%. The Nasdaq ahead 319. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
That made headlines when they broke away from their trainers and galloped through the streets of London last year has now been retired to the country without ever returning to active service. Quaker, a 15-year-old horse, suffered a broken bone and serious bleeding during that incident when the horses were spooked by the noise of construction nearby. Quaker retired to the Horse Trust Sanctuary northwest of London. Jason Walker reporting.
The death toll from Mexico's torrential rains is up to 47 now, as fallout mounts from widespread flooding and landslides all across the country. President Sheinbaum has convened governors from the hard-hit states to direct an emergency response program. Mexico's National Coordination of Civil Protection reports that heavy rains had killed 18 people in Veracruz State, 16 in Hidalgo. Former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez released from custody a week after a parking fight arrest and a stabbing.
Sanchez faces a felony battery charge along with several misdemeanor charges for what prosecutors have said was a fight over parking. They say the 38-year-old Sanchez, smelling of alcohol, accosted 69-year-old Perry Toll on October 4th. In a lawsuit, Toll says Sanchez entered his truck blocking and shoving him, so he pepper sprayed Sanchez. Police say Toll pulled a knife after Sanchez advanced on him. Both ended up with injuries in the hospital. I'm Julie Walker.
There is no word on what led to yesterday morning's deadly mass shooting in a crowded bar on St. Helena Island, South Carolina. 4 people killed, 20 others injured, with 4 of them in the hospital in a critical condition. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday,
yes.
Columbus Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, whatever you call it. Happy Monday.
Extra day off. My daughter was so mad that she didn't have school off today.
Well,
like she
got
was
off for Fair Day.
genuinely upset. That's what I told her. Like, you enjoyed your Fair Day, didn't you?
Yeah, this is the trade. Fair Day off today.
Right.
Get your butt in school.
It's funny though, because it's like that's just a known thing with Roswell schools. That's been known for generations, but we forget that we actually have to explain it to the next generation. This is kind of how it's just done around here.
Yeah. Well, at least you get Halloween on Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, that is true.
Artesia's, they because Halloween's on Friday this year.
Yep.
And as is tradition in Artesia, New Mexico, if Halloween falls on a Friday, they move Halloween to Saturday because nothing gets in the way of Bulldog football. Nothing.
I mean, you could bring some candy with you to the stadium, but yeah, football is going to happen. It takes place.
There's a time for trick or treating, and there's time for football.
A time to be fed.
And never do the two mix in Artesia, New Mexico.
Not at all. Bulldog country, football is king. In extreme West Texas.
So I imagine there's going to be a lot of Texas that way too. Like I think the entire state of Texas will just move Halloween to Saturday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm guessing, unless you're that one town that just gets curb stomped every week on Friday night, and you're like, you know what, this is trick or treat. You know what? Rather than get my teeth kicked in, let's eat a Kit Kat.
Let's just enjoy a tiny Snickers. That sounds better.
I got a feeling there's going to be less full-size candy given out this year.
That depends on how the Bulldogs do this on that Friday. I imagine if they bring home the victory, in Artesia at least, there'll be some full-size bars being handed out.
King-size Snickers for everybody.
That's right. A fine fat goose for every family.
You get a 2-bar Twix.
So
I would, but I, just because everything's so expensive now. There was always that person's like, by golly, I'm not giving a fun size because there's nothing fun about fun size.
I'm telling you, this is the perfect time for people like me who developed a taste for bad candy.
True.
Because in hard times, people start giving out terrible candy. If you like that kind of candy, this is your time to shine. It's like Templeton the rat in Charlotte's Web. It's
right.
The fair is a veritable smorgasbord after the crowds have ceased.
In the land where You're the only one who likes Smarties. You're king all of a sudden, right?
That's right.
Candy corn, bring it on.
Mary Jane candies, you say? Bring them here. I'll enjoy.
Bazooka gum.
Although the ones I can't abide are those, and every year you get them. They're just wrapped in nondescript orange, brown, and black like wax paper, and they're like nougat.
Yeah.
Those are awful. Those aren't even considered candy.
I lump them in with the same thing that at Christmas time you get that randomly wrapped red and green. Usually it's I don't even know what candy's in it. It's like an old people's hard candy that's wrapped in usually this red or green like Christmassy wrapping paper.
Right.
And
you talking about the stripe one?
Yeah, it's a
like
nondescript
little
candy.
wafer one.
I think it's a hard. I don't know what it is. Quite frankly, I'm like, no, I'm not touching it because even when it's brand new, it looks like it's been sitting there for 30 years. I'm out. I'm sorry. I'm a little bougie when it comes to candy.
You've earned that, right? Been on this earth now 50 years.
What is this nondescript candy of which you just throw in a bowl? I don't want nothing to do with it.
I have. It's sad. You figure out how you've become an old person slowly but surely. I have developed a enjoyment for hard candy. Like I'll just randomly walk around with a pocket full of Jolly Ranchers.
Pull back the curtain. I'm not ashamed. I've been a fan of Werther's candy since I was a kid. Like, your grandma or grandpa pulled it out of a pocket or purse somewhere, but it's good, man.
Oh, it's nostalgia. Straight up. Absolutely.
Like, pound for pound, the best old people candy is Werther's. And I'm sorry, Werther's, stick with the OG.
No.
I know they got chewy I like the old hard one.
I do too, but you bite your tongue, sir, because they have the caramel apple chews that are maybe the best candy on the planet.
They're designed for one purpose and one purpose only.
Infusing with alcohol. I agree.
Denture removal.
You know what? They will pull a filling. I'll give you that. They will pull a filling.
But is it better than Nerd Rope?
Depends on the mood. It depends on the mood because there are sometimes that I'm in a mood for a good Nerds rope or even better the clusters because you can just grab a handful of those
But that's new candy.
Yeah, we're talking old candy. Yeah. Werther's hard candies. I'm all for, but
and I'm not gonna lie. Anything that's in a Brock's bag, I'm like, no thanks.
Yes and no.
That gets trick or treated at the house. So like my kids will go trick or treating. We'll take them, and then so by the time we're done, that's when my wife was running out, and so then we're just like, dump that in.
Tag team. Yeah. Anytime anything gummy that's not like a Sour Patch Kid is going to be hard as a rock by the end of the night. So I don't abide by those either. But that's my druthers.
Like, does anybody still? Or did that get scared out in the 80s about like homemade treats?
Yeah. Every now and again you'll see like it's more of a meme.
I didn't know if it came back like all of a sudden.
It's like
we realize people really aren't putting razor blades and everything just for fun.
Well, the funny one is it's like check your kids' candy. I found a 1983 Cutlass Supreme in my kid's Twix bar. It's like
I don't want to add another 2,000 people to one of the neighbors in my house, but he grills hot dogs. That's what he gives, and he's out in the front grilling hot dogs.
Now, does he give them out on a bun, or does he just give kids loose dogs?
It's set up nice, like the sleeves that you would get just from the baseball field.
Yeah, that's for all the dads and that's for the parents. That's not for the kids.
He owns the meat market right there next to Albertsons.
That makes sense.
And so that's what he's doing.
You own a meat room. I'm gonna do dogs.
Yeah, and then a lady, probably about 5 houses down the street from the last couple of years, she was deep frying Cheetos. Fresh Cheetos right there in the front.
I'm going to dox you after this to figure out where you live so I can come to your neighborhood for Halloween.
Right? Yeah. Halloween's a block party.
No, it really is.
Like a neighborhood crawl.
I'll take the kids this year, honey. You hand out the candy.
Did y'all see there's a taco truck at the end of the block?
Yeah.
Kids come back, their bags like got zero candy, but it's full of churros and hot dogs. Is that a drink box? What is that? Pretty sure that's a tuna sandwich.
You're 12-pack of Pepsis.
Yep. Is that canned beans?
Did you guys ever get the little plastic bag of like pennies when y'all were kids?
No, I never got that.
I got those. We used to get raisins.
I got a lot of raisins.
The one that always cracked me up is why did the local dentist in your area think that toothbrushes were going to get them over?
Well, I mean, same kind of logic, I guess.
I mean, you appreciate the usefulness, but you're going to get TP'd.
Right.
You know, it's
a good thing you don't own an ice cream shop.
Well, we had a dentist.
Just loose scoops in their hands.
Yeah. They would buy your candy, like give you money back per pound that you turned in.
Yeah, but and I think they do that again this year. I've heard a couple dentists do that, but it's never. I mean, up your game, dentist. Come on, $1 a pound. Have you been to the stores recently?
Right.
It's like $3.49 for like a slightly.
Well,
like a small.
Well, you know what they do with
bag.
that candy?
Yeah, well, they incinerate it.
No, they don't.
They take it off the street so that kids' cavities don't suffer.
A dental hygienist hadn't bought a candy bar in 20 years.
It's what they put
kids for it.
It's what they put in that little bowl at the front, and they dole it out slowly.
It's like,
slow
no.
samples.
The dental industry celebrates Halloween November 2nd.
Yes.
When we undercut all the kids and bought back all their candy for half the price.
That's why we call it Black November.
And then they Scrooge McDuck it and fill a big vault and they all swim in it.
Have you guys been over to 100 Grand Hill?
Just a sea of pieces and M&Ms and Skittles.
Yeah, check every single dentist pocket in this town. I bet you'll find an empty candy wrapper in them.
I tell you, it's a Kabbalah. They got a whole thing going on.
Kabbalah. We're breaking it down. We're going to find the Bohemian Grove of the dentist's fun-sized candy stash.
It's like a whole Narcos community, man.
Right?
They got the thing. And I'm sure there's a compound somewhere in South America where they all gather.
The hill of sugar.
There's cargo planes that run by the CIA that brings candy back and forth. It's a whole thing. So.
Where's that list? Let's release that list.
They'll make a movie about it in about 20 years. Starring whoever the Mel Gibson of the time will be.
Who's on the Hershey's Express? Forget about the Lolita Express. Who's on the Hershey's Express?
The bare minimum would be a Netflix documentary.
Right.
We're talking Richland this hour. Got the folks from Richland going to join us here. Yes.
I know that I'm chumming the waters by saying this. But I feel like I have to because I made the tease last hour that I would make the announcement. Whereas you your wife is now the new proud owner of her brand new vehicle.
Correct.
On Friday of last week, I made my final car payment.
You did?
I am officially.
To trade it in.
No, I knew it. I knew you would
There's
go there.
The water chumming of theirs.
There's the chumming. I made my final car payment, and it is officially all mine. And everybody's like, well, what are you going to do now? I'm like, I'm going to drive it till the wheels fall off, and then I'm going to push, pull, or drag it to one of those sales.
Now keep it.
In this economy, shoot.
And take that money, apply it towards a new vehicle.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is the money I would normally use as a car payment, I can now set aside as, cushion, down payment, whatever.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
You're being smart.
Well, we are here when you are ready, sir.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And honestly, and I got to say, had it not been for Freddie and for Richland, I wouldn't have a vehicle.
Yeah, he wouldn't
today
be in this car to begin with.
He called in the biggest of favors to get me behind that wheel. So I will always be a Richland customer.
Yes,
So,
thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Good deal.
that being said, Richland.
There you go. So there you go. Chum the waters. Water
Yeah,
chum.
thank you.
He's got 6 pockets and no business cards in them. Hit him up. But yes, we're talking Richland here in just a few minutes. Before we do anything else, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date with the weather. Then we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping in today, and that may bring us a few showers. Mix of sun and clouds and fairly cool, 75 to 80 for the afternoon high. Still a chance of some showers overnight, cloudy and about 60, and then we're back to sunshine on Tuesday. Afternoon high will be in the upper 70s around Roswell, but 80s for the rest of our area. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
This is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and we want you to know that we stay on the cutting edge with the latest technology and treatment options, because your smile deserves the very best. Our highly trained team is proud to offer sedation dentistry for every dental need, giving you a comfortable and stress-free experience every time. Discover advanced and modern dentistry personalized just for you, only here at Carabelli Dental.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main, or call 575-622-4455.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The Kubota L Series is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. They're designed for easy operation and feature performance meshed attachments. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $6,000. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell.
Support career and technical education programs for Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy. Supporting this mill levy would increase funding for career and technical education programs to prepare students for in-demand jobs in our area, strengthening the local economy and meeting community needs for healthcare professions and skilled laborers. Dual credit students from local high schools will benefit from expanded program options. Increase career and technical education in Chavez County. Support the ENMU Roswell Mill Levy on November 4th. Early voting begins October 7th. Paid for by the ENMU Roswell Foundation.
Hey, CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Linen can absorb up to 20 times its weight in moisture before it feels damp. Now, you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 23 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Richland, actually the Dodge store specifically here. Yes. Ruben Loza back with us. Of course,
hello.
Back at the Dodge store here. And also Ilena Torres. Is Ilena or Alina? Ilena Torres as well. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I guess you probably haven't been to the dealership yet this morning, but I'll say, how's life at Richland this morning?
Life is always great. It's nice because Yvonne and everybody, John Lujan and Tiffany, they're over there holding it down.
Holding down the fort.
Yep.
So if you need a car like at 8:23 a.m., they're right there right now, ready to go.
They're ready to go. Matter of fact, I think that John was going to come, but he's selling a car this morning.
That's right. Well, I think they draw straws. Like, first guy in has to make the coffee pot, right? So.
That's David. That's David Vasquez's job. He is a coffee, or like a barista.
Okay, so he's kind of snobby about coffee.
He's very snobby.
He just takes over the duties, and everyone drinks what he drinks.
Boy, he's got all the fancy stuff.
If you want a good coffee, you wait for him to.
Right. Yeah, you just wait for him to get there.
Well, and I'm telling you, pull that up just so they can hear you a little bit better. And this is something, this applies to either Richland store, by the way. I don't care. Like, if you're hungry, just like roll up like around breakfast or lunchtime, and you'd be like, looking at the car, be like, hey, there's a pile of chicken over there. There's some sandwiches.
If you want suggestions on what to eat, go to a car guy. Right. A car guy's going to tell you the best places to eat in town.
Yeah, exactly. There's always that stuff going on there. So, but all joking aside, that's just kind of the MO at Richland. Whether it's the Dodge store, or the GM store here. You guys are that family like where and it's kind of, okay, granted, you might be at the Richland store or the Dodge store one day and then the GM store a month, but your guys are kind of, when you see people working at one, particularly in the car industry, at one place for a lot, that kind of speaks volumes about the quality of A, the work environment, but B, that usually means that customers, when people stay at a place at a long time, it's because they're happy and they do good things. And in the car industry, it's not uncommon for car dealers to, at some point, I've worked at the Ford house, this house, I've been at all of them at some point. But generally speaking of Richland, by and large, most of you guys like you've been there, Freddie. I mean, there's people that make careers out of being at Richland. And that I think also translates to customer service and everything else. And so not only do you guys like that, but your customers are like that. Whereas, a guy comes in and buys their first, Ram pickup or Dodge, and next thing you know, this is their third one, fourth one, and then you get the kids. And that's just kind of how you guys build your business and build your reputation, is kind of say, we want to always try to give you the best deal that we can possibly give you, but the big thing, we want to make sure the overall thing's done.
Selling cars is a byproduct of what we really do there. It's exactly what you're saying. We're all about, it's customer service. We're making friends. Our customers actually become our lifelong friends that we're hanging out with outside of work, that we're Travis has we're trying to be a brand champion, so like when you buy a vehicle, you become part of our brand champion program, where you get half off on your oil changes, you get towing services for free. All this is complimentary. Powertrain warranty for the life, so just as long as you're maintaining your vehicle with us, we want to take care of you.
Discounts on parts and other service and everything else too.
Service,
customization stuff. Especially when you get Jeep World and you're wanting to add the latest bells and whistles to your Wrangler or whatever Gladiator, and they get, we can get that.
We can do everything
and do it professionally. We're no opinion with it. I'm in the backyard trying to do some of this stuff. Spotty is at best.
We want to be your car people. So anything having to do with the vehicle. If we can't take care of it ourselves, we can tell you who to go to in town. We use everybody locally. So if you need a dent taken out, go to see Savino over at the Dent Ding Doctor. If you need a windshield, go see the guys over at Cartoons. Or if you need tint, go see them.
Kind of partner with other businesses that kind of
because
serve in the industry in other ways. Absolutely. And by and large too, when the Ding guy's like, dude, I can't save this car.
No, and that's the thing. He'll definitely get it back to us. Hey, it might be cheaper just to go get a new one.
There's more dent and dings in car in this thing.
Right.
And then go down and head on down to Richland. But,
yes, sir.
But how is the world right? I know interest rates are coming down, but they're not pre-pandemic levels or nothing like that.
They're
getting manageable. They're getting better. But how's the kind of for people buying cars right now? What's that world look like for them?
It's amazing right now. We have our big Capital One event that's starting today.
Okay,
so that's big. So keep an eye out in your mailbox for your pre-approval letters. So these are not.
So you guys are going to partner with Capital One.
We partnered with Capital One exclusively just with the Dodge store.
Okay.
And so if you're looking in your mailbox, if you're running out to your mailbox right now and you don't see your letter, it may be coming, but don't worry. Give us a call. Come by the store and we can look it up for you.
There and
if you're not getting one, don't worry. We can still get you pre-approved. But that's what's going to be huge this week. You talked about interest rates. Interest rates are as low as 0% right now through Stellantis.
Okay. So you can get a free pre-pandemic levels
yes,
there.
You can. It's out there right now.
If you turn over the right leaf there kind of thing. Yeah, okay.
One thing that I noticed whenever I came back to the Dodge store is that we also have a couple brand new vehicles that have not found a home yet. It reminds me of, what is it, the Sarah McLachlan Humane Society. I've always wanted to do that where you see this car.
This one Jeep's perfectly nice.
Yeah, it's perfectly nice, brand spanking new, but like tens of thousands of dollars off. So if you've been out there and somebody's told you, hey, it's too early for you to trade, or you're too upside down, or you carried some negative equity over on the other one, at the Dodge store, I have a vehicle that'll get you out of that situation.
Perfect. By the way, if you do the Sarah McLachlan thing, the vision I'm seeing is like you have it on the lot with other vehicles, but each one slowly disappears, and this one's staying there, and then the Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, I've wanted to do that for so long, and I'm probably going to do it now.
Yeah. I think that's a good move there.
Yeah.
But then I would even go one step further and do like the Humane Society does and bedazzle it at the end. Give it a still shot with like a bow tie and like and a bond. I don't know, just like what you foo-foo up a dog with, make the car look that way.
My daughter, any time that commercial came on, she'd close her eyes and plug her ears. Change it. I don't want to watch it.
It is that. That's the new version of the Sally Struthers from 20 years. You can't get there. It's like, oh, geez, I feel like a piece of garbage now.
That's how I ended up with 5 animals in my, because most of them. Right. Majority of them are pound rescues.
For the cost of a cup of coffee a day. Yeah, you got me. All right, here's my money.
That's cool. I need another dog. I need another cat.
Well, good news is you got a vehicle you can park them in.
Exactly.
You got dog haulers at the Richland store if you need them, right?
Exactly.
How's the pre-owned side too? I know, like if you're looking to come get a new vehicle and that Capital One deals, and like you said, and this is something that I know Richland's. And it, regardless if it's GM or the Dodge store, you guys have great relationships with multiple creditors. So if if the Capital One deal isn't your cup of tea, guess what? You have relationships with a ton of other creditors and other lending institutions, and you can work the right deals.
All the local credit unions, all the national banks, we have access to.
And so then based off your personal story, maybe through those credit institutions, they can work better deals based off your profession or veteran status. There's a lot of different ways to get in on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're not just tied to Capital One. So if there is a better approval out there for you, if there's a better way to go, we're definitely going to go that route. Yeah. It's in both of our best interest to make sure that our customers are taken care of and getting the best possible deal on a vehicle.
Well, again, at some point, this car is not, most of us, that's not your forever car.
Correct.
And so we want to, now, granted, there's a few like I'm never getting rid of it. It's going to sit in the garage, bequeath it, whatever. But for the most part, when you're buying your daily driver, you got a finite amount of years on it, and then you're going to get a new one. So
yeah, I like to tease some of the little old ladies that come. This is my last vehicle I'm going to buy, and then 3 years later they're coming back in again. You say that.
Well, I hate to spoil the gig, folks, but this is why all the car industries make new models with new bells and whistles, because they know I love it. I'm happy. I'm never getting another one again. Oh wait, now it's got a bigger moonroof,
or just a different color that wasn't offered before.
We're all humans. We know how it works. Yep. That one's got the better wheel. I've always wanted that. Now it's like, I ain't gonna lie, like when Jeep, because I'm a Jeep guy, I've always been. When Jeep went with that whole moonroof thing in 2019 or whatever, I got my Jeep that before, it was like the year before. I was like, dude, that would have been so handy if I just waited one more year.
Yeah. The panoramic.
Yeah. But, that's what I thought. That's why they do it. So they can lure us back in. But all of them do it. But what about the pre-owned side? How's that looking for you guys right now?
Pre-owned is great. We've got a great selection.
We got actually a lot of nice low mileage used cars right now.
Good deal.
Now would be the time to go look at a used car.
Sure. Well, and I know we're in that world where, believe it or not, we're a couple months, I know Christmas isn't happening yet, but if you got seniors and things, now's the time to start thinking about, hey, when they're going to college, they're going to need a vehicle. Now's the time to start doing some shopping and looking around. And because I get it. none of us are going to spend 60, 50 grand on a brand new vehicle for our college kid to go off to. But at the same time, we want them to put them in a car that's not going to leave them stranded on the side of the road.
Right.
Something. So that's where those late model pre-owned vehicles come in. They're a couple years old that are still under warranty in many cases. Don't necessarily pay the brand new vehicle prices, but now you know your kid's in a vehicle that's going to get them to and from college on the weekends and back early on the weekends to do laundry, so you can do laundry for them and all that good stuff.
Right? So that's why my daughter's in town right now, matter of fact.
That's the only reason why, make sure, you know what, when you do your college visits, make sure they have poor laundry facilities, because that's the only way you're going to get them to come back to visit.
That or just to eat, or it's funny, my daughter will drive back from Las Cruces just for gas money.
Money for that's the other thing. String them with money. That'll keep them.
Yep.
But
no, well, and you were talking about the pre-owned. We have actually double the inventory because on the sale side with Richland, it's an open floor, so they can sell anything.
Okay.
If you're working with somebody, they can shop from the Chevy store.
Okay.
Find something for
so
me.
if it's a used car anywhere in the Richland property of vehicles,
We
and
can
you
go
get,
back and forth for new or used.
Sure, that's true too. If you say I want a new, let me make a phone call too. Well, and this is kind of like, why, believe it or not, Richland does an amazing amount of out of town business. Where, let's face it, pretty much any town the size of a town like Roswell, you're going to find a car dealer in Chevy, a Dodge, you know what I mean. But when you get people from all parts of this state and outside of the state saying, no, I'm going to go to Richland to buy my Ram pickup or my Chevy Sierra or whatever it is, because they know that you guys, honest deals, work deal, and this goes back to pandemic with price gouging and things that were going on in around the country. You guys said, no, we're going to do right by people and work this through, and that's what we did. And
that's how we sell from. Yeah. We actually sell from coast to coast. We deliver vehicles. I've sold vehicles in the past couple months to New Jersey, to Florida, because the way we price our vehicles, they come up on the websites that people are shopping.
Gotcha.
It doesn't even have to be Richland, but if you're shopping for a pre-owned vehicle, well, like
if someone just said, I'm looking for a Ram 1500 2026 Ram 1500.
Correct. Yeah. We make sure that we look at the algorithm and how things are working and how they're pricing and the conditions, and we make sure and price it right so it's on the first page of all these search engines for vehicles.
Smart.
So this way, when you're in Minnesota and it's like, oh, they have what I'm looking for, and it's $2,000, $3,000 less in Roswell, New Mexico, and then we get the phone call. It's like, hey, yeah, we can deliver it to you. We can do this. We send them videos. We have great videos on our website.
Sure.
We send them links, and then
you guys are very, and that's something too. I know Richland, again, either store here. You guys are strong in the social game and the videos and. I'm still a person of you need to go and kick tires on a car to buy a car, but you can literally do all of that virtually in these days, and not, only thing you're missing is the actual new car smell when you sit in it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean? But short of that, you could do every aspect of a purchase.
We have
through your online service.
Yeah, we have an independent company that'll come out and inspect the vehicle from underneath the carriage. They have a micrometer that tests the paint.
Oh, wow.
And sees how thick it is.
So it's probably even more detailed than me kicking tires, walking around the car going, that looks solid.
And on the used vehicles, on the website, there with the photos of the vehicle, the inspection sheet is in there. That way you can see it.
So you can see, the black and white on it and everything.
And they tell you exactly, because we want to be, straight up front.
Absolutely.
And tell you, all right, hey, it does have a dent here. It does have this.
Pre-owned vehicles are pre-owned vehicles, and life happens to them, and, but in the world of the flooding and all that stuff, and in a world where there are many, many people in the auto industry that are less than upfront about those types of things. And I mean, we all know those horror stories about, a bunch of vehicles came in. Oh, there was a flood in Texas. Coincidence?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we definitely keep an eye out on that.
This kind of really protects you from that kind, especially when you get in the pre-owned world or sometimes like that. It's just, and unfortunately, 99% of the industry does what tries to be honest about it. It's that 1% that really kind of puts the black mark on everybody. Right. And so, but that being said, you guys go above and beyond to make sure that you buy a vehicle through Richland, whether it's because you live in Florida or you live on 2nd Street,
Right.
you know, you're going to get the same peace of mind on that vehicle.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So come down and like, now how much longer is the Capital One deal? Like you said, it's just kicking off now.
It's just
Is
barely
it going to go through the month or here?
It'll
or?
definitely go through the month, and then those approvals. So if for some reason, sometimes they get hung up in the mail, and then you get it a month or two later. They're actually good for, I want to say, 90 days.
Okay, so probably almost to the end of the year, probably.
Yeah.
The way we're looking here, now we're October and all that, so probably through 20. So, and I'm kind of curious, like with, because it's such a fluid world in the car, you know, 2025s, 2026s, and I know 2026s are out, but like, how does that work for you guys? When do you start seeing like New Year models and all? Is it this time of year? Is it earlier in that? Or?
It is this time of year, but it also depends on the make and model, because some of them
depends how big the update is.
Yeah,
like if it's like just a slightly, you know, the 25 and 26, there's not really much difference, and it probably comes out quick. But if it's a complete design overhaul or something, they might delay it.
Yeah, it might be a little.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was just always curious about that, because I'm like, you know, I see people in 26, I'm like, but still 25, and how does that work? And I was just, she was curious.
Yeah, the manufacturers do a really good job of controlling it, especially in. I'm sure it also depends on a lot of what's still out there.
Sure.
And, you know, so they'll hold.
That will also affect pricing on other quote unquote new cars too. So like, because obviously when you guys get the thing, hey, the new 26s are rolling in, and you probably even have one or two brand new 24s sitting on the lot. So by default, you're like, dude, we gotta. So
yeah, even
that's
as
a brand new 24, but you're gonna kind of save some money on that, because
as a consumer, don't overlook that one that's been sitting there a little longer.
Yeah.
But if you could get these headphones for $100, or you can get, you know, the brand new one for $150, and it's the same thing. It's just now they offer a different color.
Right. And that's basically, and really, you know, I mean, sure, there's some model years, and you're like, okay, this one's got a way different package than this one and things. But yeah, you buy a Dodge Dart, say, you know, a 2025 versus a 2024, you're probably not going to notice a whole lot of difference. There might be a few, this one's got the heated seats and this one doesn't, or something like that. But for the most part, it's going to be the same vehicle, and you're going to probably save a few $1,000s on it. You know, so how important is that heated seat, or is that extra app on the deal here or whatever?
Yeah, exactly. And depending on what your situation is, like I said, it really helps out when you have a vehicle that maybe you're trading in a little early. You didn't really like that previous purchase, and well, we can use the incentives and rebates and stuff that can get you out to where you probably don't have to put any money down.
Absolutely.
You know.
Well, I imagine too, you're probably still dealing with that COVID effect too, where people bought new cars around COVID, but they bought what was available, not necessarily what they wanted, and so they drove it for a year or two. And now they're saying, no, I want to get the one with the wheels I wanted and the leather or whatever it is. And
COVID was such a bad thing for the auto industry, because a lot of dealers took advantage of the customer and jacked their prices up tens of thousands of dollars.
Supply and demand and basing.
Yeah, we never did.
Too.
You know, Travis knew. He saw the tea
the writing
leaves
on the wall.
Yeah, he saw the tea leaves and was like, "Hey, we're not doing this, guys." You know, we couldn't discount because we didn't have anything coming, but we weren't going to take advantage of anybody and mark it up.
What the sticker says is what we'll sell it for.
Yeah, that's that was fair, and we did it.
And if there is any incentives, we'll try to find them, but it's kind of digging in a dry well right now.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of those people, they got put in a messy situation.
But it's one of those things and that's kind of, you know, we talk about incentives, we talk about, you know, the right time to buy, and at the end of the day, when you need a car, is the right time to buy a car. You know,
exactly.
you know, is the environment perfect? Yes or no? I don't know, but guess what? You still got a job to get to, you got kids to get to, you know, you got a life to live, and you need a car. Okay, now it might impact on the type of car. Okay, let's check Ferrari off the list. We're not going to be doing that this week. But you can do, and this is kind of where you kind of get back to the Richland family type thing. It's saying, okay, you know, the signs are not at that thing. We're not here, but let's get you this car. We're going to start. Or like you said, maybe it's that thing where, you know, you've had life hit you with a few things and restarting life with the divorce or thing, and you're trying to reestablish kind of finances and all that. you guys help people that way too. It's like, okay, let's get you in a pre-owned deal and kind of reestablish a credit or a history. So now we can get your rates dropped and your credit up and get you into something that's more along what you want.
Yeah, but between, Freddie, myself, I've been doing this for over 26 years now. I've been in the auto industry. And with Yvonne, that's all she's been in is the banking world, from the credit unions and this and that. We know how to structure and put a deal together better than I'm going to say better than anybody in the state.
It's like the inside rules. When it comes to getting banks to agree to give you money, there's a whole language, there's a whole boxes you need to check, there's a whole and that's what you guys speak all day, doing that kind of stuff. And you can look at the numbers, and you could probably tell the customer before the lending institution tells them where they're going to greenlight it.
Exactly. Well, and then they've been working with all of us for so long. We make sure that we package our deals right and put everything together, and so they're comfortable. They're more comfortable dealing with us than other places because they know that we're giving them a quality.
Absolutely.
Deal,
they feel less of a risk because they're working with you. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Whereas they're relying on your reputation to vouch for your customer, basically.
Correct.
And so you're using your reputation to help your customers, basically. Saying, hey, where they may have said good luck to you, under our wing, they may say, all right, we'll take a chance. And so please talk and come and really, and I would like to say, if you are in that situation, talk to the car dealers first before we start picking cars and say, look, I really want a car, but I'm really limited on budget, on my approval. This is the thing. And I'm sure most people, that's how they come and say, look, I got a car.
Don't be ashamed. Don't be embarrassed. I've been there. I've been through it all. It's like going to a doctor. You always go to hopefully somebody that's an expert in whatever field they're in. Hey, what is this thing growing on my hip? You're embarrassed to tell everybody.
Sure.
You got to show them. It's just like us. Hey, come to us. We'll help you. We know how to get you out of a situation.
Absolutely. Because really, it's kind of like a chance to start over. You're giving yourself that chance, because anytime you make a purchase like this, especially if you're dealing with a bunch of credit problems and life problems and all that, the beauty of credit is kind of, 7 years and doing, you can kind of get a fresh slate on that kind of stuff. But the only way to do that is to kind of step in and and reestablish history and reestablish good credit habits. And by getting a car, albeit maybe a little bit higher than what you're anticipating, but it's establishing that pattern. And guess what? Couple years in this car, make your payments, then Richland's calling you back and saying, you know what? I think we can get you an interest rate drop, a nicer car, a newer car, and by the way, we can get you a good trade-in on this car you've been driving for a couple of years.
Absolutely.
And then guess what? You're back to where you were, and keep making smart decisions. And next thing you know, same thing with houses, same kind of deal.
Yeah.
A lot of the same kind of same mindset and everything. You need a house when you need a house. I get it. You want to wait till the interest rate's 4% again. I mean, you're going to be waiting a while, but I mean, it's no different in the car world. You kind of when you need it's when you need it, and you get in when you can get in, and then if you're trying to improve your situation, let the situation help you do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, these are the kind of things I wish to tell you when you're 20. Not the things you learn when you're 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of and especially with cars, because you have such the gamut of people that that either want the old school experience where they're beating up you guys and you're going back and forth, or they're so intimidated by that and so the real world is, the numbers are the numbers. Yes, we can negotiate and things, but let's face it, the world of having the knockdown, drag out, beat on the, all right, get rid of all that.
No.
That's over with.
Yeah, that's so old school. Nobody wants to do that anymore.
But as terms of and so really the intimidating experience, it really isn't. Once you go through and I know once you sit down with the Richland folks and you'll sit down with your actual salesperson, everything else, and then when go to the next level, you're dealing with the finance side and the people that are actually crunching the numbers and guys like you kind of on that side, and then but you kind of get that through each handheld through that whole each experience. So if it's a first time you're walking in and you're intimidated by experience, really it's fun because once you get through that, then it's super fun because now you're like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
the blue one or the red one. Oh, we don't want to sit this. Yeah. I mean, it and then once you know, but that's the cool part is once you get to talk to them and they found a way.
And we all you come to each other for help. Hey, I'll go to her for help. I'll go to Freddie. Hey, Freddie, I need and Freddie. That's not even his. It might not be his store, his vehicle, his this, but he's quick to help.
Sure.
Yvonne, Brady.
Yeah. And that's kind of the Richland mindset.
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
kind of why you guys have been there for as long as you have, and you're happy to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know because I'm in radio and seeing from. I look this way. I've sat many on a Saturday afternoon in a radio trailer handing out hot dogs to people to car dealership just like everybody else. I spent my time. Yep. But I know that, that can be, and so it truly, like I always tell people, look for the signs when it comes to buying things or where you choose to do business. And that's one of those signs. When you have people that have literally been working there 20 plus years at a place that is, especially in an industry that's very volatile. Yeah. I mean, you're 1 minute you think you're king of the world, next minute you're homeless. You know what I mean? That it's that cutthroat of an industry sometimes. So to see people like yourself, like Freddie, like all, that, you go to Richland, I see the same faces every time. Every time I go there. Malcolm, guy who sold me my first Jeep. I think he's back at the other dealership.
Yeah,
but,
he's actually right now.
Another one I just known for 100 years. It's just they're there at Richland, and so. To me, that speaks volumes. So when you do make purchase, look at that kind of thing. The deals, the quick incentive, the whatever deal of the moment is, those come and go.
Correct.
But to see that's what tells me that's a testament of, hey, whenever I'm ready to walk in that dealership, I'm going to get the best possible deal I can best possibly can at that particular time. Whether the incentives are perfect or not, they're going to do everything they can to make sure I'm satisfied, I'm happy, and they're giving me a product that's going to be safe and good and get me to what I needed to do. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's about. So, I mean, talk the numbers, talk the incentives. This is the great. Please do take advantage of these like Capital One deals, and I'm pretty sure Jeep's got some stuff going on because Jeep's kind of stingy on their rebates and things. So
Jeep definitely has
when they got some stuff going on, you might want to pay attention there. So, but regardless of that, if you're looking for the vehicle, whether it's time for the kids to get a car, or hey, kids are out of the house, time for me to get my midlife crisis mobile, whatever that is.
Sean, where's Sean at? Get him back over here. Yeah. No, but you don't even have to be ready to buy a car.
Sure.
Just come and talk to us, and we'll help you.
Yeah.
If you just have some questions, hey, you know what? I'm just kind of curious what my trade is worth. Or, hey, I'm just kind of curious about this. Or just want to come out and have a great cup of coffee with Dave. I'm sure he'd be happy to make you one.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, if you play your cards right, you could you could pay for food like once a week. You just roll up in there and just, it just so happens there's pizza. You want a piece of pizza? It's like I got a service appointment. What time? About 11:30 would be good.
There's several burrito men that come by between the hours of 8 and 11.
Although if you do play your cards right and you're friends with Fritz, he might just come and clean your car for you. That happened once or twice. I was there I did a morning show one day. I'd parked my Jeep and I'm sitting there. Next thing I'm like, hey, Fritz is cleaning my car. He's like, he just does that for people he likes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, well, that's good to know. Very cool. Ruben, is there anything we missed? Anything you guys wanted to cover that we failed to mention or forgot to talk about?
I think we hit on all the bases there. We got Capital One. We've got brand new vehicles that have been sitting around that need some homes.
Yes, Sarah McLachlan style.
Sarah McLachlan style stuff. We've got a little bit of everything for everybody. No, we just want to thank all of our customers. That's probably the one thing that we haven't done. I mean, just thank everybody again for coming by and supporting us and talking to us and sticking with us and shopping with us.
Come on by.
Yeah, come on by.
I'm curious. I know this is the GM store, but it's that Corvette that was out at the air races and all that.
Yes.
Is that like somebody's Corvette?
That is. He bought it before.
Okay.
So he knew it was coming. He knew it was coming in.
Yeah.
It was the mayor.
Okay, I didn't know. The mayor ended up getting that. Okay.
Yeah, the mayor ended up getting that.
I was
one.
like,
so of course,
is that like Travis's
who else is going to buy You know,
I didn't know
everybody
if that came
wanted
out of
it.
the Travis stash or something like
No,
that.
no, that's a hot color. That's a hot color.
is?
Roswell metallic green.
Yeah.
And that's named from Chevy, Roswell. It wasn't a thing that we
So I
threw
got a feeling
together.
that's going to be out for a few air races.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since it's the mayor's car now. He can do what he wants.
And, who's it? The who, I forget his exact title.
Fred Telling? The CEO?
He's got the next one that's coming in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to be like twinsies out there.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you know what we should do is talk them into racing each other down the road.
Oh,
That's right.
We
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, in the vein of Sarah McLachlan, we get Kenny Loggins to do a concert out there doing Highway to the Danger Zone, all the Top Gun hits. Playing with the boys, all of them.
Such a great idea.
We'll even throw Caddyshack. Kenny Loggins did pretty much Footloose. Pretty much any 80s song, Kenny Loggins did the movie soundtrack for it. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kenny was, you're probably too young
Too
for
young.
Kenny. You ever heard Highway to the Danger Zone? Highway.
Yeah.
Kenny Loggins. Have you watched Top Gun? The
I
old
have.
school. Pretty much every song in there.
Top Gun.
Yeah, the
the
original
old
Top
one.
Gun.
Uh-huh.
2/3 of the songs that's not sexy is Kenny Loggins. I mean, like the Take My Breath Away, not Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
But Playing with the Boys, the Highway to the Danger Zone, all that's Kenny Loggins.
Ah. Kids. They're just not excited as we are about Kenny Loggins.
But then you get into Caddyshack, Footloose too. Gotta cut Footloose. You know that song?
I don't think so.
All right. That was. There's two Footlooses too, not the old, the Kevin Bacon Footloose.
Yep.
You know what Kevin Bacon is? I'm going to stop where I'm ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit while I'm ahead because I know
She knows bacon.
The next question I'm asking is going to make me feel bad and old about myself. So thank you guys. Appreciate
Thank you for having us.
And we will see you here next time. And folks, you're looking for a vehicle, come on down to Richland.
See us at Richland.
And if the Dodge store don't have what you want, come on over to the GM store and check it out too. If you're looking for
But
Cadillacs,
come get one of us from the Dodge store
There you
before
go.
you go over there.
Yeah, and you see a Cadillac, you're like, hey, go to the Dodge store. I saw this Cadillac. Can you bring it over?
Good job, Eileen. Good
Smart. That's why they pay you the big bucks. So, thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for having us.
Freddie's going to call me. What are you doing with doing? No, nothing. I play Switzerland. All right, it is 8:56. We're going to take a quick break before news. Don't go away.
Wakefield Oil Company is a name you can rely on with full service at the pump the way it used to be. You can expect service in just 15 seconds. They offer bulk fuel and oil services and even diesel exhaust fluid. Wakefield Oil Company will deliver to farms, ranches, dairies, the oil fields, and more with dependable service you can count on. So the next time you need service or delivery, go with the name that locals have trusted since 1983. Wakefield Oil Company, 311 South Virginia in Roswell. Let them earn your business.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
We'll see where stocks go today after the Dow fell almost 900 points on Friday. The S&P 500 fell almost 3%. The Nasdaq fell 3.5% after China said it is tightening exports of rare earth materials. The U.S. needs those for everything from cell phones and consumer electronics to MRI machines and military technology. President Trump says he may now reimpose massive tariffs on China, where many U.S. companies get their products and materials. China has made very high demands as bargaining tactics in the past. Art Hogan of Riley Wealth said it's not surprising to see technology stocks down because they have significant exposure to China. Gold rose back above $4,000 an ounce. More people are falling behind on car payments. Overdue payments on subprime loans hit a record. And here's a negotiating tactic others might use. Sources say the approach President Trump used to get a Middle East peace deal was to get a yes first on the main idea and then work out all the details. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
The great one, Mark Levin, is now in Roswell on 106.5 KEND Roswell.
Breaking news from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump proclaims the historic dawn of a new Middle East as he receives a hero's welcome in Israel.
Addressing Israel's parliament in Jerusalem, the president celebrated the return of the living hostages as part of the Gaza ceasefire plan.
Today the skies are calm, the guns are silent, the sirens are still, and the sun rises on a holy land that is finally at peace.
Earlier, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu told lawmakers,
Donald Trump is the greatest friend that the state of Israel has ever had in the White House.
The president said now is the time for Israel to translate its battlefield victories into peace. Greg Clugston, Washington.
President Trump is now in Egypt, where he and the Egyptian president are co-chairing a gathering of world leaders dubbed the Summit for Peace. Taking place in Sharm el-Sheikh, the summit's goal to permanently end more than 2 years of war between Israel and Hamas following the breakthrough Trump ceasefire hostage release deal. A nor'easter bringing high winds and coastal flooding to parts of the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, where flood and high wind warnings are in place.
The coastal flooding will be across areas that typically see the coastal flooding when we have big storms. Rainfall will not be as big an impact, even though there will be heavy rainfall amounts across the Northeast, anywhere from 1 to 4 inches from New York City over to Boston.
The National Weather Service's Bob Oravec, parts of New Jersey and New York are under a flood emergency declaration. No end in sight to the government shutdown. It's now day 13. Federal workers not being paid, although President Trump directed War Secretary Hegseth to scrape together funds to pay members of the military. Watching Wall Street, the rally rolls on. The Dow is up 474 points. The NASDAQ Composite Index ahead almost 400 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancel.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Snows
Starting from 2023.
That's me in a scientific stress test. I could feel my heart rate increasing, palms sweating, but a thermal camera also revealed that the temperature of my nose dropped by about 2 degrees. That test was carried out by a research team who found that thermal cameras can be used to measure stress levels, picking up this nasal temperature dip. It's caused by our nervous systems pushing blood flow to our eyes and ears so we can look and listen out for danger. It's a new non-invasive way to measure stress and monitor our response to it. So the researchers hope it will lead to new ways to help people recover and regain their calm.
That's the BBC's Victoria Gill. France's newly reappointed Prime Minister Le Cornu has named a new government. He's facing pressure to urgently produce a budget and quell political unrest that's scarring businesses and staining the country's image. News and analysis, townhall.com. Police continue their investigation of yesterday's deadly shooting at a South Carolina nightclub. Apparently, no arrests just yet.
A mass shooting at a crowded bar on an idyllic South Carolina island leaves at least 4 people dead and more than a dozen injured. Beaufort police say 4 of the injured were taken to the hospital in critical condition. The shooting took place around 1 a.m. Sunday at Willie's Bar and Grill on St. Helena Island. Police say multiple victims and witnesses ran to the nearby businesses and properties trying to get away from the gunfire. They're calling it a tragic and difficult incident for everyone and asking for patience as they investigate. I'm Julie Walker.
Churches located near the scene of a powerful explosion at a rural Tennessee plant devoted their Sunday services to the 16 victims and their families as nearby communities mourn the loss of life. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday, Columbus Day.
Yes.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Yes.
Monday. Happy Monday.
The first day of the rest of your life.
Whatever you call it. But me, I'm neither of them. So.
The kickstart to the panic of, I haven't done anything to prepare for Halloween this year.
Yeah.
Kids' costumes, my costume. And this is that weird time where it's like, kids' decisions have to be made because I'm not going to make an investment on a costume for you to decide to be something else.
Well, I know I'm doing Halloween. I think I'm here. Working. Those are my plans.
That's right, because we don't cancel Halloween.
No, we got football.
In our neck of the woods.
No, we got football Friday.
And Halloween.
Yes.
But, Rihanna wanted to do like she wanted to be Princess Peach and she wanted me to be Mario, but then now she's like, well, I don't know. I think I kind of want to do like an angel costume. And she goes, then you could do whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
Like she's set me free.
You are no longer part of the group costume.
But I was good with okay, good. Decisions have been made. Now I can go make purchases and we'll be fine.
Right. You don't want to have to think about it.
I don't want to go to Spirit Halloween and be like, okay, what are we going to do?
And it doesn't matter if your costume's good or original because you're like, what does my daughter wanted to be? And that's
right.
the be all catch out.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
But so it's all still kind of up in the air, but now is the time to start panicking.
I always like one of my favorite dumb costumes from all time, weirdly enough, is you ever seen the movie Philadelphia?
With Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks and
I've never seen it, but I've
Denzel Washington.
seen clips of it, yeah.
Well, there's a scene where Denzel Washington's going to a Halloween costume party, and literally his costume is he's wearing his suit, but he taped a bunch of papers to his suit, and he was a lawsuit.
That's good. That's pretty good.
I'm like, I want to do that one year.
Speaking of Mr. Washington, it recently came out in a interview that apparently, and this is due to no fault of our own, this is completely on him. We've been saying Denzel Washington's name wrong this whole time.
Oh, really?
Apparently, yes.
What is it?
Denzel.
Okay.
It's Denzel Washington. But because of how, and he said the big differentiator was growing up, he had so many siblings that when his mom wanted to get his attention, it morphed into Denzel.
Yeah. That's more of an accent thing than a pronunciation thing.
Well, yes, but over the course of time, even people who are like, Denzel Washington's my favorite actor, they've been saying it wrong because he said, my name is Denzel. Man, I'm like, but why would you want to be Denzel?
They're Max von Sydow me all up again. They're doing this is Max von Sydow all over again.
It really is.
All of a sudden he's Sydow. What happened to this Sydow?
But he said it, so it's like, do you want to be called Denzel now, or I mean, are you okay with
I'm just calling him Den.
Yeah, Mr. Washington. That's why I said Mr. Washington.
Mr. Washington. But see, now I think of Welcome Back Carter.
Mr. Washington. So I'm not sure exactly. I'm gonna wait until I hear the next movie that he's in, until I hear like the announcer. Although now they just do that thing where they just go and show the name.
Yeah.
Like you never hear. Back in the day of like what was his name? Dan LaFontaine. That guy.
The voice guy. The voice movie voice guy. Yeah.
In a World guy. You used to hear Denzel Washington and Sandra Bullock star in. You know, it was like you hear the names. Now you never hear like them say the name.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's just imaging.
Or even better was
it's cheaper probably.
Like the Disney movie voice guy where he's like, everything was going fine for young Susie. Then everything went wrong. And then you just hear like Hall & Oates start playing, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, that 90s rom-com / Disney movie voice guy. They would say the name, you know. They'd be like, Haley Mills and Haley Mills star in Parent Trap. That was a real old reference. But
yeah.
I'm old. Give me money. But
yeah, but they don't even do movie trailers like
now.
that.
Yeah, now it's just like you'll just hear like if it's traditional, and then it's just like name. That's not
well. They
fun.
had to tell us everything in movie trailers back then.
Yeah,
like it does make me laugh. Like pick any movie from the 1980s and go online to see the trailer for it.
Even trailers from then versus like the 90s are completely a different thing.
Yeah.
Like back then it was like, you know, you're invited to a spot or to a night of murder and mystery.
Yeah. Now it's just they show several scenes and make you figure out what it's about kind of thing.
Or even like back in like the early days of like cinema, it would always be like, hey there, cats and kitties, what are you doing this Friday night?
Yeah.
Why not head to the cinema to catch the latest? You know, it was like they would start with the commercial and then tell you about the movie. And then by the 90s, we were just like, here's a bunch of random scenes of stuff that happened to Tim Allen.
Although in the digital world, I think you see a little bit more of that.
Mm-hmm.
Just because now they can do these little 15-second commercials in between on digital stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen more on movie stuff like, hey, Naked Gun 2 opens today. Go see it. You know,
right.
I've seen that kind of.
Yeah, you'll see like it'll pop up with like
or whatever,
or,
whatever movie it is. Yeah.
Which, by the way, it's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, you can go see that.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you don't.
I don't.
And you haven't seen the movie yet, have you?
I have not seen it yet. No. It's going to be one of those I'm going to have to rent or buy or something. I'm going to probably rent it first and then gauge it from there.
I feel like it's going to be on a free thing soon.
Yeah, but I'm also impatient. And I need to, it's like, you don't want to, like, I'm so behind on shows like A Better Call Saul, for example, that it was hard for me when it all ended and I knew the end to find somebody to talk to about it because they're like, yeah, but that was like 4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
I could have helped on Saul because I was late to that party.
And we crossed the finish line around the same time.
Yeah, because I literally started it years ago and then just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And then to get my wife into it, I started over and we went religiously for like a month watching it.
That's the same way I was with Peacemaker, and I'm now about halfway through the first season.
Well, see, I made a mistake. So I started watching season 2 of Peacemaker. Love it, great. And then I'm about 2 episodes behind now.
Okay.
But I got to a point where I had to stop, and I kind of was like in this mode. I'm like, so I started watching that Gen V on Paramount. And I got into that. Problem is, now I'm caught up on that. And so I'm like 6 episodes into season 2 of that, and 4 episodes into season 2 of and weirdly enough, they're different shows, but kind of got, and so parts of each are starting to swim in my head together. I'm like, that's no, that's the other show.
You're getting all mixed up.
Yeah.
Well, can I set your mind at ease just a little bit?
Yes.
Peacemaker season 2 is officially in the can. So you can now go and watch all episodes.
Okay, so I can finish
2.
it out. Okay,
you can
good,
at least for one, you can put some closure.
Okay, good, because I think I'm about 2 more. I think I'm like on episode 6, and there's 8 episodes.
I haven't watched, and I haven't watched any of the videos associated with it because I don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah,
but because YouTube is annoying in that sometimes just the screenshot that they use for the video, the shot, like the picture. Spoils it, or the title. Like, I've seen several videos with the title WTF Peacemaker Season 2 Finale.
No, boy.
Like, so I'm pretty sure a good portion of the internet community is upset at what happened with Season 2. I don't know what happened. I just know that they're not happy.
As soon as I find some free time, I'm going to find out myself. But speaking of other things I watched, and then we're going to get the hour going. I've watched a hunk of that.
Oh, yeah? What was his name?
Sean. No.
James Vanderbeek.
I watched a large portion.
There you go.
Of.
Oh, yeah? What was his name? Sorry, go ahead.
Of the monster Ed Gein story on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay. As somebody who works in advertising, I'm a fan of any way to get someone into a show. The way that Mike got looped into this show
is different.
Is guerrilla marketing that I've never seen before.
Let's just say it was Bush League.
It was Bush League. Mike stumbled upon a post on social media that revealed something that happens in episode 1 of this show that made Mike say, well, now I have to watch it.
You had me.
Put it this way, you're never going to see Aunt Jackie from Roseanne the same way ever again. We're just going to leave it at that.
I was ambushed.
Any port in a storm is all I'm going to say.
Bushwhack.
However, run amok. However, you've got to get your advertising into our, cockles into our, or claws into our heads.
Yeah.
It works.
Right.
That was a success.
But boy, howdy, is it twisted.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's based off of,
the guy who behind Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The Psycho and
the story
more
that it's
Psycho.
based on.
More Psycho, actually.
Oh, really?
It's more of that. It's more Psycho.
Okay.
And actually, the way the show, it kind of parallels, so the show's telling the story of Ed Gein, the 50s, the serial killer that ultimately Psycho's based off of, and I think something else too. The Ed Gein story's been told in various different ways.
Right.
Psycho's the more famous version of it.
Okay.
However, the show kind of parallels the Ed Gein and him and thing, but then it also cuts back to the 60s when Hitchcock is making Psycho.
Okay.
And so it's dealing with the actor that plays Ed Gein, Bates.
Norman
Bates. And the similarities between the two.
Right. So they do that very Netflix thing where they do constant cutbacks.
Yes. And so there's a couple moments where you're jumping between the 50s and 60s.
Look,
and you got to pay attention.
I appreciate good, cinema and good, forcing your viewer to pay close attention.
Yeah.
There's a line. Netflix constantly crosses it.
Yeah.
The biggest culprit is the Duffer Brothers on Stranger Things.
Yeah.
They'll do cutbacks and cut forwards. And if you're not like, I've had to go back on several episodes and be like, wait, where are we at now?
Right.
And that's very confusing.
I will end it with this. Charlie Hunnam, who you might know from Sons of Anarchy.
right.
He was Jax Teller in Sons of Anarchy. He was also in that King Arthur movie. He's been in a couple of things. He plays Ed Gein in the series. And you know what? I had to do a double take. I did not. I knew it was Jax Teller. I mean, Hunan. But if you didn't know, you might not recognize him. He sounds different. He looks different. He's not the sexy, suave dude that the ladies love, Jax Teller.
I'm trying to pull up a picture of him as Gein. And
he sounds way different. I gotta say, he did some work on this one. He transformed himself in that show, for that series.
He did a straight Charlize Theroning.
Yeah.
Like what she did for Monster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. He looks not recognizable. So Carrie Moore going to join us here. Also Nathaniel Lopez, Carrie from the Chaves County Health Council. He's part of their youth entrepreneurship deal they've got working. So they got a big event coming up on the 25th. So we're going to talk all about that and other things going on with the Health Council with Carrie. Before we do any of that, let's take a look at your weather, and then we'll take a quick break, and then they'll join us here on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment, hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have cold front dropping in today, and that may bring us a few showers. Mix of sun and clouds and fairly cool, 75 to 80 for the afternoon high. Still a chance of some showers overnight, cloudy and about 60, and then we're back to sunshine on Tuesday. Afternoon high will be in the upper 70s around Roswell, but 80s for the rest of our area. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Is your old car really scary? Does it look dreadful or smell awful? Don't be afraid. Roswell Ford will take in any trade. Roswell Ford needs your trade, so now is the perfect time to upgrade from your old vehicle and drive home a new Ford or quality pre-owned vehicle. You'll be shocked at how much we'll pay for your old car, truck, or SUV toward the purchase of a new Ford. And don't be frightened by how much you owe on your old car. Roswell Ford will take your trade, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, so you can upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. 0% financing and make no payments till 2026. Worried your credit will make car buying scary? We've partnered with even more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Are you still dealing with that toothache? Or are those wisdom teeth bothering you? This is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and we've got you covered. From root canals and implants to crowns and dentures, we have advanced treatment options for you. Our team is focused on every detail to give you a personalized and professional experience. Discover dental care that's comfortable, modern, and made just for you. Come visit us at Carabelli Dental, where your best smile begins here.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental or call 575-622-4455. Fall is a time of transition, an important time to evaluate the quality of forage available for your horse. When winter arrives, horses must be in good condition to withstand colder temperatures. Adjusting grain rations early in the fall will prevent weight loss due to lower quality forage. There's still time for a thinner horse to gain some before the cold weather really sets in. To find out more about feeding during seasonal changes, come see us at Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd, your local Purina dealer.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today. Like the Kubota L-Series compact tractor, the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment with 0% financing available or save up to $4,500. Now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell.
No doubt about it, our favorite season is fall. Leaves fall, temperatures fall, and electric bills fall. Fall brings us the joy of mowing our lawn for the last time and the sadness of picking that last tomato. Here at Roswell Seed Company, we start to talk about pansies, broomweed, and the first freeze. Yeah, we can get downright giddy. This is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company, reminding you that fall is when Mother Nature starts to show off. Try not to miss any of it.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
Hey, I just read the stats. Good morning. Joining us in studio this way. I don't rate them. Y'all do. I just read them. So, good morning. Joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Health Council, Carrie Moore back with us. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
And then also Nathaniel Lujan, who's part of your new youth entrepreneurship organization and group. They're actually having a big event, and so he's about to make more money than all of us here at some point.
Exactly.
Yes. Good morning. How are you today?
Pretty good.
But before we kind of talk about that, for folks that aren't familiar, the Chaves County Health Council, they're a resource for really anything healthcare related, obviously. So if you're new to town and looking for a doctor, or if you have certain needs and things you need and looking for resources, the Chaves County Health Council is that resource. They monitor and run the 211 information line.
Right.
If you have any questions regarding healthcare, not emergency stuff, you need emergency 911. But if you're new to town and looking for resources, or if you're still dealing with FEMA and flooding and that kind of stuff, 211 is a resource to help you.
We can get you connected.
Get in touch with other resources to do all that. But when they're not doing that, they're also getting involved with a lot of other. You're together with veterans group, your youth entrepreneur group.
Yeah, so we have several different programs that we operate throughout the year. This is our first year, though, doing the youth entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It was kind of a last-minute bright idea.
Kind of a stuff got thrown at a wall and it started sticking kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. I started seeing all this stuff on Facebook on kid businesses, and started researching it because I was like, this is fantastic, as a previous business owner.
Sure.
I love anytime that we can bring kids in and start teaching them.
You learned a lot of lessons the hard way.
Gosh, yes. She says, smiling very wrong.
Yes.
But I started researching it, and what we figured out was that basically it was a money grab. So they create all these kid business fairs, but it's kind of like operating a food truck. Give me a vendor fee.
Gotcha.
And there was nothing going back to the kids. They weren't teaching them how to actually operate a business. They were just saying, give me money and we'll give you a booth and then you can sell.
It was a racket, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait, that's wrong, because you got to learn how to do this. And if we're going to do it right, we got to start them young and start teaching them all the basics of business.
But also, why they're quote unquote supposed to be teaching experience, there's nothing wrong with gaining, you know what I'm saying? Getting rich from it, or getting, it's because it sounds like what, it was almost the sweat equity thing, is they're, using the, and then they're telling, well, these kids are learning a valuable lesson young, why we take their money. And it's like, whoa. And it's like, no, let's, Let's let them
I'm
use
good
this as
with
a foundation to whatever's next. You know?
Quid pro quo, I'm good with. But, just taking the money just to say, hey, okay, here, come and set up a table.
That's how we were raised.
Right. And they still do it.
Yeah.
And, unfortunately, that will be how life is for a lot of them because that's kind of the nature of tabletop events, market type stuff.
Sure.
It's all about, they use the vendors to create the funds to keep going or as their fundraisers for a lot of them. And we said, no, you know what? Let's talk to the business community. Let's see who is interested in working with the kids so that we can start teaching them how to write a business plan, how to figure out what their profit margin is.
Sure.
And then see if we can get them going somewhere. And this could be, for some of them, a long-term, actual true business.
Or at least the learning process to the next thing, if that makes sense. Because, you look at businesses, and I don't know the stats, but I'm going to take a stab at a person that owns a small business. I'm going to say the successful one may not be the one they're running now. You know what I'm saying? Like they tried and lessons were learned and things were done again. And I'm thinking, why, if they can learn some of those lessons at 15, 16.
Right. Before they're
actually basically living off said business.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And learn those lessons now. So by the time they are on their own, it's a more polished, better plan, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Because, once you dive in feet first and that's your sole source of income and it wasn't necessarily thought out, right?
Sure. Because, let's face it, most small business owners have a passion for the product, but not necessarily the head for the business. That's why restaurants are so bad. They love to cook. They love to prepare food for people, but they don't know how to do it without charging a bunch of money or doing a thing that doesn't bankrupt them.
They don't know the business side of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, that's what we were looking at, was trying to figure out how to get it all together. And, since we're working with kids from ages 10 to, Nathaniel, you're oldest, 17.
I'm 17. Yes.
Yeah, so he's
17
the
grizzled old man in the group.
Yeah.
Back in
He's
my
our
day,
veteran.
you got bubble gum from a machine for a quarter.
Okay, he just dated us both.
You'll do it soon.
Yeah, I'm not that old. I'll get there one day.
Old man Nathaniel over here at 17. But so, it's a wide gamut. So Nathaniel's business is closer to something that he would probably pursue as an adult and go into, whereas the 10-year-olds who are still learning how to do stuff, that may not be their passion.
Sure. Their business might be to build an Iron Man suit or something.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the start. It's like, do I have this passion? Do I have this dedication to learning and doing something? Because that is the majority of it. Is because as a small business owner, you no longer have a life. And
in theory you do. Like you think you do.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're your own boss until you realize you're everyone's boss.
Right. Until, everybody is your boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You
everyone's
just
your,
lost,
that's what I meant. Everyone's your boss. Yeah, that's what I meant.
You just lost all of your free time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, and imagine that's kind of, so I'm very curious for you. What's your business passion?
The business I own is Area 51 curb painting. It's shifting to curb appeal because of the wide variety of services I offer.
Okay.
I do curb number addresses.
Okay, so that serves a safe and security issue to our community too.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just like those 10-year-olds, I used to start with the small things and I used to mow yards.
Sure.
I thought detailing cars was going to be the great idea, but everyone's doing it. It wasn't my passion. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with cashing in on other people's laziness. That's how many people make millions of dollars.
Yes, that one is so true.
But it sounds like you've had that go-getter mindset from the jump.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just narrowed down to painting. Like right now, I'm stuck on this pretty big project. I'm painting 2 houses.
Okay. So you do more than just curb paint. Do you do house interiors and exteriors and stuff too?
Yes.
Okay. So you can do more than numbers.
Yes, correct.
All right, cool. All right.
You can do letters too.
I could do letters. I could do your favorite football team.
Got it.
And they actually helped me with sponsorships, and I got a hold of the RISD credit union president.
Okay.
And I'm starting to move on to lot striping.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's not just curb painting now. It's going to be all the fancy lots.
Okay.
And
so now so that means you're probably investing money into equipment to do this kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
imagine when you start getting to that, you just can't show up with a bucket and a brush and start doing things. You got to have the proper tools to do these jobs.
Well, and you have to have the insurance, and you have to have, at that point, you become a full-fledged business because it's a lot more to it, because now you're talking commercial.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, bringing in the Chaves County School Employees Credit Union was fantastic.
That
because
is great.
They're like, wait a minute, if we help sponsor, can we? I was like, yes, this is why we're doing this, is to start bringing in the businesses that they have and start.
It kind of is a win-win for everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
you're getting a start of business, and lending institutions make money by lending you money. That's how they do that.
Ironically.
But I'm going to take a stab, too, is you probably learned more about that side of business in the last year or two than probably your whole experience of, first I started detailing cars. And because, that part you're just saying, look, I got a bucket and a work ethic. I can figure this out.
Yeah.
And now you're like, I got a
what it
bucket, a work ethic, and I got a plan. I can really figure this thing out.
Yeah, and I have people like the ZAG program and all that stuff backing me up. So it's really nice.
That is cool. So, like I got to be curious. In your vision, is this business something you want to continue with, or do you want to morph this into something completely different at some point?
Yes, I'll always hold on to this business, but I have bigger plans than this isn't going to be my highlight of my life.
Do you want to end up being like a big contracting company kind of thing, and you're building houses and stuff at some point, or?
Yes, but after high school, I'm planning on going to college. And after college, be a pilot in the Air Force. So,
I'm gonna
put it on hold.
All right.
But this is definitely a huge thing I could have in my back pocket, and I would always love doing.
Cool.
Dude, tail painting. You can paint the stuff on the bombers, on the planes.
There you go. You don't need to be a pilot.
That's
to do
smart.
That. That's kind of.
You don't, but I mean, you can kind of you can do
How
that.
they have all their cool decals and call signs.
I have a little bit of
event
experience
type stuff.
about that too. Yeah, I was in the Air Force. I was a bomb
Oh, you
loader.
were?
Yeah,
Thank
I was
you for your
stationed
service.
at Holloman Air Force Base in Alamogordo.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I was stationed there, and back in the '90s, we had the stealth fighters. Those planes back there.
Oh, the little Nighthawks.
Yeah, but those planes. Speaking of art, it only comes out when those planes go to war. But every single one of those planes has how old World War II planes, like the Memphis Belle, and they have their logo and everything. Those planes each have every single plane has a book that's got its entire maintenance history from any time anybody replaced a bolt and nut to any time a pilot farted in that thing. That's annotated in his book. And so,
TMI, Mike.
yeah,
TMI.
But at the back of the book is their markings for when these planes go to war. In the where the bombs part, there's a bay door that opens up. Well, when those planes go to war, they paint whatever each plane's symbol is. Like one of the jets was called Shaba, which means ghost in Arabic, and so on its bay art, it had this skeletal wing thing that and each one's different. One was like this Homer Simpson surfing kind of thing, and it was like each one's different. Some are like hardcore, some are more jovial, but every aircraft has its own bay art. And then if you want to get even more technical, any bombing runs, it's got it in there. And like when we were bombing in '99, we brought out that bay art, so I got to see it firsthand. But then we're painting all of it sortie, so when the jets come back, they got a big, kind of like a general's little metal thing like that, full of bombing missions and everything else. But sorry, that got me sidetracked.
Well, but it's a side hustle. So I mean, you do what you're going to do and what you want to when you're in the Air Force, and then it's like, it was like when I went to college, my side hustle was changing brakes. I needed beer money.
Yeah,
that's your beer money.
Well, military likes a lot of things painted.
When you turn 21, guys. When you turn 21,
exactly. Entrepreneur. But you're all right. There's a lot of things that need painted in the Air Force. So you want to be a pilot?
I do want to be a pilot. Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you know what aircraft you want to fly?
I do. It's the F-22.
Nice.
Obviously.
22. Yeah. That's what replaced the 117s when they left.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got 16s. But matter of fact, they were at the air races. Oh, nice. If y'all went to the air races and you saw those F-16s sitting out there, the black ones.
Yeah, those nice painted ones.
Those are my fighter squadron. That's the same people. But back in the 90s, they were stealth fighters, not F-16s. And so they're black. They're the black sheep. There's that's why they had the sheep on them. That's the 8th Fighter Squadron. They're the black sheep. So, but anyway, that's my old fighter squadron.
That's cool.
So, but anyway.
Are they the black sheep then too?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That top picture is kind of covered. That's the black sheep right there. It's kind of,
okay.
That's us in Kuwait back in 90. 7, I think it was, something like that. Anyway, but I was, all right there. So that's cool. 22s. Those things are bad.
Those are nice planes.
Yeah, those things are pretty stout. Yeah, they're expensive, but ooh boy.
So yeah, I mean, this is what we're doing. We start them young.
So I'm curious, what's some of the other businesses that some of the other kids are pursuing in the club right now?
So we have got one of our youngest one is making macrame.
Okay.
Like pot holders and various things.
Absolutely.
We've got some making incense, a lot of jewelry.
A lot of craft stuff.
We got one who's doing 3D printing, and he's doing some weird stuff on that. So it gets a little creative on that one.
You got an imagination, a 3D printer, you can make anything pretty much. So.
Yeah, and he had imagination. Because when we were doing the class on, how to create the business part of it, the question was, what would you put on your backpack? And so we had the kids design a backpack. And his was, he wanted to put an LCD screen on the back of his backpack. None of the other kids thought it was cool. And I'm like, dude, that is like fantastic because you can leave messages on your back as you're going everywhere. I'm like, that's genius. Would have never thought of it. So now
it's kind of like an emotion thing.
Yeah. I mean, then that's what I said. If you're having a good day, you have thumbs up. If you're having a bad day, don't talk to me. My backpack says back off.
No coffee yet. Leave me alone.
Exactly. I need to put that on my truck. We've got body scrubs. We've got slime. We've got one who's doing concrete stone, so he's making shapes out of them.
Okay.
For gardens.
Nice.
That one's a heavy lifter.
All I'm saying is y'all could partner together your businesses there between him making garden bricks and you out there painting.
Yeah.
Tell you, start a whole business right there.
We got a couple that are doing food. We tried to stay away from the food pieces to it.
Well, there's a lot of
more
you
moving
got
pieces
health
to it.
code things to worry about.
Yeah, but as long as they stayed inside the cottage law and followed those rules, because everything has to be legit. We're not skating around any of that. So we got a couple who are doing the same
health and safety and regulations that any business would apply. These youth have to also agree to and adhere to. So
and that was one of the things with my background, it was like, we will adhere to
as a restaurant
food.
owner, you don't have the luxury of skating those issues and still be open and not get people sick.
So where they all thought they were going to come in and make certain things, by the time they were done with the class, it's like, oh, okay, I can't do this. It's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
So go back to the drawing board.
But this is what's so great about this class, because how many adult business owners think that same way? Thinking, I'm going to start a restaurant because I can make home dinners real good. And that's great. But can you do it in a commercial production? It's like I can play catch and have football with, in the backyard just as good as anybody else. But you ain't going to see me on Saturday or Sunday out on the field but doing as well as those people are doing. You know
exactly. We've got one. She's making stuff out of recycled products.
Okay.
I didn't see all of her pitch on it.
Is it like functional art stuff, or is it like... Because you get in that recycled art world, that can take in a lot of different, and that stuff can get expensive too.
Yeah, nothing's clicking.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see her pitch.
So she's kind of percolating.
Yeah, and she's one of the younger ones too. I'm thinking it was more on the art, but for some reason I'm thinking functional.
Well, like a lot of times you'll see people, they'll do recycled art and they'll turn them into like lamps or something that's like a function.
So I'm excited to see the rest of her stuff.
Like I've seen people turn like purses from old bottle tops or twist tops, and
remember when they had all the Sunkist purse and the feed
purse
bags?
is a couple $100 for the purses. Yeah, they're not cheap. So for you collecting can tops, you turn it. But anyway, there is a market for that if you do it right. So
So
that's great. They're learning all this stuff.
Yeah. So when we first put it out, we started with 26 kids. By the time we got done, we're down to 19.
Okay.
So, going through that first class and
that's still a good percentage of kids that are stuck with it. Yeah.
And then, but that's where you kind of learn, am I cut out for small business? Am I not cut out for small business? And, there was some of them that just weren't, or it just wasn't their time.
And I would even, that's another thing. Time and maturity. Maybe they're not ready yet, but come back in 2 years and maybe there's a different mindset there.
Right.
That. So, but that's the beauty of youth.
Right. And the goal is to keep this project going every year, so that what we want to do is that this group come in and work with the next group.
It would be cool. Like next thing you know, we see, to be honest, I would love to see like Nathaniel here in about 5-10 years come back and you're a business owner and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're setting your thing up and you're talking to these kids like, yeah, I started this business sitting in the room with you. It started off with me out detailing cars and then it kind of evolved to, painting house numbers. And now I have a company and I have 12 employees or whatever's going on at that point. You know what I mean? So that's cool.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing what imagination
who knows
and hard work can
Your
do.
next Bezos, Bill Gates, whoever might be hanging out in one of these rooms next thing you know.
That was kind of my goal. I made them all sign. Everybody had to do their signatures on, they had to sign their forms. And they're like, can my mom do it? No, I need your signature.
That's right.
Because
this becomes famous someday.
When you become famous, I'm selling this. I'm keeping them. Hello.
Yeah. This is great news.
Mama didn't create no dummy.
Yeah. But we do have an event we want to get people to come and learn more and be a part of this stuff here on the 25th.
On the 25th, yeah. So what we did is Eastern New Mexico Medical Center is our biggest sponsor, and so we're going to have the event there at the hospital.
Okay.
So we're going to have the table set up around the top floor. Each of the kids will have their booths. If they're selling items that they can actually sell right there, they'll do that. If it's the case of like Nathaniel, he can't.
So come ready to buy some stuff.
Come ready to buy.
Okay. Yeah, he can't sell you painted numbers, but some
right,
of those
but
folks
you
selling
can sign
some of
up
the
for
arts
some of
and
that
crafts.
stuff. Yeah.
But you can get on the list here.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah. Because we got the same thing happening with kids with shirts because they can't carry that kind of inventory, so they're doing pre-orders on shirts.
Yeah, they're not Gildan or whoever it is, the t-shirt companies out there.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll have that. It'll be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. there at the hospital.
Hey, while you're there, come and grab a cup of coffee and stuff at their little restaurant there too, or their little snack area.
Yeah,
at the hospital.
Get one of the snacks off the kids.
Oh, they got some. I didn't know if it was all. I didn't know if it was going to be edible foods. I didn't know if it was like
there's some edible foods in there.
Okay, I thought it was going to be take-home foods too.
No, there's some brownies.
Oh,
and,
nice. Okay,
cookies.
Well, then do both.
Cocoa bombs.
Gorge yourself and all.
Yeah.
So, or be disciplined and take it home to your family and buy the food there.
Right. We encourage you to come with cash, but some of the kids will have like cash apps or PayPals.
And they probably know how to work it better than you do. So
yes, and they'll be able to help you set that one up. But if you already have it, some of them will do that. Not all of them, because again, some of the kids are younger.
Well, yeah, you've got some very young.
Right.
This is basically their first lemonade stand kind of thing.
Basically, yeah.
But they're learning the ins and outs, and they can come and do this, and so. And by the way, Christmas is right around the corner. I imagine there'll be a few of these arts and crafts projects, make beautiful gifts for family members and things.
Well, and that was one of the reasons doing it right now is because we are going into the Christmas season, and so there'll be more markets opening up. So if they figure out that they really like this, they can do the production time of it. They can start setting up into the markets, and then by the time Christmas or after Christmas rolls around, then they could have a nice little nest egg to create whatever it is that the next thing that they want to do.
Depending on what their business is, maybe next we start seeing them out here on Saturday mornings during the summer at the farmers markets and everything else. Which unfortunately that's wrapping up for the season, but it'll kind of give them time to plan for next year.
And I mean we did it kind of on purpose the way we did it so that we could hit that, and then if they have that, then they can go into the farmers market because our goal is to give them just that avenue. And then,
this is a learning project, know, and let's face it, not all these businesses are going to succeed, but they're going to learn. They're going to learn the steps and hopefully take it to the next thing. Because they're learning basic business, especially for some of your younger members, where it's literally this lemonade stand. They're getting the bug. They're getting the ins and outs, and they're starting to realize for the first time that to do a business, you can't just show up and flip a sign and say you're open.
Right.
You gotta
it's hard work. There is learning to it. If you don't like math, this might not be your best thing.
But then again, you might learn it in a way that you find like now you got a reason to like math. Like some people I hate math until it's your math. And then you like math all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Right. And learning customer service on top of it because they're going to have to do that.
Learning people's personalities and how to talk to people in a face-to-face situation. I mean, there's so many skill sets. Even if your kid really isn't going to end up being a business owner someday, there's so many skill sets that will serve them well, whatever their path is. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, even if you're like, okay, I'm not going to open a mom and pop shop, but But you know what? Now I know a lot about business, and now I'm a consultant for a Fortune 500 company that now I open and close businesses every day. You know what I mean?
Or maybe I have a different outlook on somebody else's small business where I figured out, it's not quite as easy as I thought it was going to be.
And I imagine there's got to be a business for businesses starting businesses, like consultant business work and stuff like that.
Or maybe kind of like the Roswell Chaves County Economic Development.
But I'm sure there's a much more expensive way to do that if you want to pay somebody a lot of money to do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's consultants of consultants of consultants.
Somebody with a
out
high
there.
high expensive dress account, a clothing account, and their briefcase costs about as much as your car.
Yeah, there's a lot of those out there. And hopefully one day we'll get some of our kids to that point.
Yeah, but that's the goal here. So please, mark October 25th, 10 to 2. Come out to the hospital, Eastern Mexico Medical Center. Come to the kind of the main foyer there. You'll just follow the, hopefully you're not there for other purposes. You're there just to get,
come in and check out the kids.
Yeah, you're not there for an X-ray or nothing. But
if you are, it's a good time to check out the kids.
Kill
too.
two birds, get them all done. Say, hey, while I'm here getting my lab work, I can go ahead and go get some goodies and things and support these kids.
But we do have to pay the bills, so we're going to have to thank our sponsors because without them, we weren't able to do this. Because with our sponsors, instead of asking the kids for money to be able to start, we did a Shark Tank and we actually gave them startup money.
That's cool. They're giving them an actual platform here.
Right.
Basically, they take their idea and run with it. Money, the other part is I'm not saying it's not an obstacle because it is, but
some it is.
It's taken care of, yeah.
And that was one of the things we wanted to make sure that everybody who wanted to be able to start a business had access, and it was a fair playing field.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest, that's how you get these kids. Like it's like fishing. When you're teaching kids to fish, if they're not catching fish, the odds are they're, you know what I mean?
Right. They'll never go back again. Exactly.
It's like, this sucks. I'm just sitting out here holding a stick in the water for 3 hours,
That's how I fish. So I would like to thank Eastern New Mexico Medical Center, of course, Richland Motors, the Roswell Chaves County Economic Development, Chimera Professional Physicians, Chimera.
I just know him as Chimera.
Yeah, Chimera. Fulkerson Plumbing, and then, of course, the Health Council.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank these businesses. And, of course, every one of those ones you mentioned are kind of community staples to this business. Names that you know and love.
They were our Shark Tank. So one of the leaders from each of those businesses is who the kids had to go and pitch to. And so,
well, it makes sense because every one of them probably sat in those kids' shoes in some way, shape, or form at some point.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of one of the reasons how Nathaniel was able to do what he did because economic development was there.
Sure.
And they went, let's talk about Nathaniel.
Well, and that's just it too. Is you got to see people that can actually help you take whatever you just thought was an idea into something that's tangible.
Yeah, I really do. I'm really grateful for the sponsors. I mean, I'm sure for all those kids, I was a little nervous because we had to go up there and have our own little interview or pitch or whatever.
Sure.
And I went up there. They liked it. We got in touch, and it's really opened the door for me. So, yeah, thank you to them.
Well, that's that learning experience because, you've got to, I can kind of just tell by talking with you, you have a self-motivating type of personality where, you're pretty, but some people, and so I don't think people don't intimidate you as maybe some other folks your age do. You seem like an outgoing
and with
person.
with me owning a business and other kids owning a business, like I also encourage other parents to just put them through the ZAG because it's helped me with like people talking skills and being able to comfortably talk to people.
Sure.
Like it's something like they don't really do in school no more. It's just all on computer. You don't talk to nobody.
Yeah, these things have changed the way we communicate and the internet and everything else. But
just like even with me, I used to, or I still do knock door to door. I also like post on social media, but going door to door just helped me so much with people, and it's something
and really your type of business impacts on them. I mean, because let's face it, you have a very personal service oriented business, and so and I'm going to take a stab that most of the people you deal with much prefer having a conversation with you face to face than over a chat or through a series of emails or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's a fantastic program.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I'm excited to see where it's going to grow into.
I hope this becomes something that is like a staple. Like it's, how we look at certain things that are just part of the fabric of our community. This should be part of that,
That's the goal.
Another huge one I think is part of the fabric is RYFL. Parents, put your kids in RYFL if you want them to grow up into sports. Because like a lot of the kids because I'm in high school right now.
Sure.
And a lot of the kids that are stars on the football team played RYFL. They were able to have an early stepping stone. And I think this is kind of like in the same ballpark as Zag.
Sure.
Like, it's just a good like stepping stone.
Well, I'm going to take a stab through your sports. That's where you learned a lot of your team building, a lot of working well with others, and sports is such a great, even individual sports. Those golfers and everything, because they're still team oriented. They that there's something that you just can't translate. So that makes sense. You got that sports background, and that's why you want to do 37 things. You're going to be a pilot, a business owner, football player.
Hey, if time allows, and I have the motivation, and it'll all work. Yeah.
He'll be skywriting on his way out.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, as soon as I fly this mission, I'll get out there and build your house real quick. Hold on. But that's so cool. So you're what, 16?
I'm 17.
17. So you're about ready to go to college or take the next step.
After May 23rd is when I graduate.
Okay. Have you locked down your plans for that after, or are you still working on that?
It's either going to Colorado or the University of Colorado Boulder. I'm pretty interested in them. Go wrestle for them.
Well, I know you want to go Air Force there. So is your plan to try to get into the Air Force Academy at some point,
or if I'm able to, and I'm going to take the ACT this weekend. If the scores are good, I'm going to apply for the Air Force Academy, and I have a pretty solid chance getting in. Hopefully.
I think you need a congressperson's.
Yeah, I'm filling out an application for the White House to get a what is it called? Not recognition. Is it recognition?
A recommendation?
Recommendation.
There you go.
From the vice president. If not, the Senate's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and now you know some people who know some people.
There you go.
Do.
There you go.
Yeah, we have those kind of connections too.
Yes. Yeah, there's probably a few city and county officials that can put you in touch with some state and national representatives there. So they can always get those. But that'll be awesome. Well, please, if you get in, I got to see you come back in uniform and
I'll give you a souvenir to add to your collection.
There you go. I'll let you get through Rat Week and all that stuff.
So all the listeners, make sure you all visit. Go check out Zag on the 25th at the hospital. Go support, the youth.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Now you don't need to pre-register and just come on down.
Come on down.
Get ready to shop, and of course, if you're interested in maybe participating in this, maybe you're a business owner, maybe you're a community member, and you're thinking, I love what they're doing. How can I get my business and myself involved in this? I'm sure Carrie would love to get more business community owners, community business owners as part of this, because let's face it, you're the wealth of information. You're the ones with the experience. You're the ones who are doing this day to day, and what better teach these kids how to do it than the people that are doing it every single day. So.
Right. Yeah. And the goal is eventually that Wings for Life, who's got part of the youth program, and then over at Extension Office.
No, gotcha. Okay.
Sorry.
I was thinking CASA. What are we talking?
No, the Extension Office. So that, you don't necessarily have a plan, but you like certain things. Well, they can teach you how to sew. They can teach you how to do this. And you can start building those skills.
Find your niche.
And then you can come this way and take those skills into this. And so,
and that's kind of, kind of like what you're doing, Nathaniel. You're really throwing a lot of things to the wall to see what, that's kind of how you do life, man. That's how you find what you like and what you really don't like.
Right. So we'll do this again. We're going to work out dates and different things.
But October 25th is our next opportunity to support these kids, learn more about the program, spend some money, get some gifts. And of course, support and foster the future of our community.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Absolutely.
And if any of y'all are wondering who this Nathaniel guy is, go check out my Facebook page.
I'll say, dude, you got to market, man. Market your business while you got
right
you
here.
You're in front of a microphone. Do you?
My Facebook page is Area 51 Curb Painting. It's the one with there's two. It's the one with the logo.
Okay.
Check out all my work. I would consider it pretty impressive, and if it fits you, just send me a DM, or my phone number's on there as well. And
not to mention if your curb numbers look sadder.
Yeah, and if you're like, oh geez, now that he pointed it out, I probably need a new set.
Kind of faded and
I'm the
sad.
guy.
Yeah, get it freshened up, and you never know, it might save your life. I mean,
and they're the fancy ones. It's not just the whites with the.
Oh yeah, it's not the
Yeah,
white
that's
and black.
stencil.
I do those as well. It's pretty simple, but
Well, that's probably like your charitable work. Like if a neighborhood needs some stencils real quick for safety.
yeah, like it's no problem. But I found my little would it be a niche.
You can customize it to like their likes and
customize.
things?
Like I did one for my mother. It's a sunflower. It has a nice ombre background, and
So if I want to tick off my neighbors.
Yeah.
Can I do like a commander's number thing?
You
just
sure
to put
can.
that on?
I've done.
Yeah, you know what? I think it can be just more than just a little curve. I think you could do like a whole block there.
Right.
Oh yeah,
I like
definitely.
If you're gonna do it, Mike, do it right. Do it big.
My HOA's gonna throw me out.
Just supporting the youth, people. That's all
That's
we're
right.
doing.
I'm
Supporting
supporting
the
our
youth.
community. It's not my fault you don't like the commanders. Well, good deals. Everything we get, did we get it all?
I think we got it all.
If you have any questions about anything, 211. That'll
call
be happening.
211.
And
I can answer.
if you got anything else, like if you still have questions about flooding stuff, or like you said, if you're looking for healthcare resources or any of that kind of stuff,
Basic
or
needs.
if you're a healthcare professional looking in touch about more resources for your own, please reach out to the Health Council. And don't forget, always looking for volunteers to serve in any way. If you're really have concerns and things about the healthcare side of our community, please, they're always looking for more people to be a part of the council to share their thoughts, opinions, and offer their services to help make it better. So
Exactly.
good deal. Well, thank you guys. Good luck. We'll see you, Nathaniel. And seriously, come in. I want to see the uniform.
I sure will.
Yeah, that'd be
well.
pretty
Thank
cool.
you, Mike.
Thank you, and who knows? Of course, this could be Picasso. Next thing you know, he's an artiste. And
Right.
all right, here a quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away. As soon as I set it up right, I was going to tease it, and then I didn't set it up right. That's what a bad host does. Let's try again.
Bush Appliance presents Adventures with Spinal Tap.
Look at this one right here. It's on, working all the time.
I mean, yeah, it's a Frigidaire fridge.
Well, when you don't want to worry about all the mucky muck. Yeah. Now look, this one right here, this is special too. Still got the old tagger on it. It's never been used.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have to put those tags on there.
No, don't touch it.
I wasn't going to touch it.
No, don't touch it.
Look, I was just pointing at it, okay?
Well, don't point even.
Don't even point? Can I look at it?
No, you've seen enough of that one.
This has been Adventures in Spinal Tap, brought to you by Bush Appliance. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390. We could be at 110 West Country Club Road, but our address goes to 11.